killed like Rocksteady. Because they like took their beloved brand and put it down like the toilet. Down. Like we know they're making like a single player game now, but who knows how many years that'll take for them to make it. Yeah.
Makes total sense now. Beaming face with smiling eyes, beaming face with smiling eyes, beaming face with smiling eyes.
They probably could, but like it'll take time. Because they have to prove to like the gamers that they can make a good game again. Like a good quality product. Everybody wanted like another Arkham game, they just didn't want this one. Like they wanted a Batman Beyond one or something. But we didn't even get that. Plus they literally tried to make a live service when they should have known like after the Avengers game what could happen with that. It was really like a live service co-op multiplayer game. Like a multiplayer game with live service built into it.
Jacked into the mainframe or whatever. Oh, hey! Didn't see you there.
Plus, this is still the only game where you literally do what's in the title. You kill the entire Justice League. Like you literally put a bullet through all of them. You find out, yeah, you literally find out that they were all clones, like in the game's final season. You find out.
So I heard Wonder Woman was here. Smacked the hell out of you?
Like I said, the only fun things really with the game were the graphics and like the traversal. That was about it. The story feels like they're holding like a giant middle finger. Like they're just trolling you as the story goes along. Plus it was literally leaked that like the Justice League were clones anyway. I think like a week after the game came out, people pieced it together. It was like leaked. Until like, yeah, the last season, the last cutscene. Plus you did say there was way too much going on at like your screen at once. You can shut some of those numbers and stuff off.
Taking these guys on is suicide. We agreed?
Just picture it. Harley Quinn kills the Justice League.
Oh, sidekick's got something to prove.
Because imagine, like, this game eventually did, like, a raid or something, that would have been, like, hell to get through. Because if it did a raid, like, where you were required to play with 6 players and everything was, like, flashing at your screen at all times, that would have been, like, hell to get through.
The king here. Are you on Team Waller or Team Get the hell out of this mess?
Like, in the core game, it made sense with the core, like, Suicide Squad, but after that, it didn't. Yeah, because when they got to the DLC, it didn't really make sense. Like, it went from Joker to Mrs. Freeze, then to whatever her name was. When they should have started with Deathstroke at that point. Like, why not put your best card forward, like your best foot forward? Plus, didn't they promise, like, other villains? Like, remember when I sent in that screenshot on the PlayStation website, it said it promised post-launch villains and stuff, but we didn't even get that.
Captain Boomerang, team leader, reporting for duty. Looking forward to killing the Justice League and all, but, well, you know, these guns are a bit shit. Oh, no offense.
Then head northwest. That's the last known of a Gotham arms dealer who's dug into Metropolis. Oswald Cobblepot.
And then what was even funnier is you get that cutscene in the end of the Joker season where you find out Harley doesn't even have a thing for clowns anymore. Because there was that throwaway dialogue where she's like, I'm done with clowns, I'm done with people like that.
Let's get moving, Task Force H.
And it just comes out of nowhere, like no build up. And it's just a shame because the graphics in this game are like beautiful. But then like when you get to the other areas of the game. Yeah, like not a 10-hour campaign, like way longer than just 10 hours. Because really the campaign in this, you can probably get this done in less than 10 hours if all you're doing is just the campaign. Because it's like such a short campaign. Yeah, and then when you're done with the game, it basically loads you into the city, but then you find out you're doing the same thing you already did in the story, so what's the point? Then making like a separate online thing, yeah. Because you find out you're doing like the same objectives you just grinded. This online live service thing. Like stuff after the campaign that like felt different. Because at least with Destiny it does that. Like you get different things to do when you're done with the story. Like different modes and stuff. But with this game it didn't really prove there was more to do. Like you kind of did everything in the story without realizing it. Plus, in this game, they promised us characters we never even got. Like, they promised Black Manta and other people, and we never even got them. Like Black Manta and Cheetah and some of the others. But then instead you just choose like the Jonkler and some of these other characters.
Take the lead, Quinn.
Not if Fowler wants Ozzy alive.
And what was funny is they already had like Green Lantern gameplay in the game they could have drawn off of, but they didn't want to do that.
Remember me? No.
No, I'm talking about in the Suicide Squad game. They had, you know, like how when you fight Green Lantern, they already have like moves for him when you fight him. I'm saying they could have taken that and given him to like Sinestro.
You in?
But it's like, why didn't they draw from those movesets, from those like gameplay styles,
Good talk.
to make the game more like exciting?
Regards to the local.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I know they gave Brainiac like his own version of those bosses, but how about instead of doing that, you give us like a character we can play as instead of the Brainiac bosses? Because the Brainiac bosses got like old real quick.
Their shields are bigger than ours.
Like when you literally had the gameplay there to draw from, but you didn't want to do that. What was funny is you were the one who got me into this kind of, like, a little bit. Because you gave me, like, that code to play the alpha. And then I guess I ended up buying the full game. I was just going off of what happened from that, like, beta, from that alpha.
Yeah. Yep. On reflection, yes.
Whoa, a lot of trust issues here. Anyway,
Yeah, because I knew it was in the title, but I didn't want to believe at the time that they would do something like that. Because who would really do that?
call me with the door. Time to thank Ozzy for his little welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
What are you waiting for, you pair of villains? Get them!
Because they decide to kill off everything. Like, all in this one game.
Aw, poor penguin. Oh, that money never got you much in the way of loyalty, huh?
Piss off, widow. What did loyalty get you? Oswald Cobblepot, my man. Do we have a job for you? Tell him, Quinn.
You're making
Because people thought Zack Snyder was bad, like, in his movies, but he would never, like, do something like this. Like, he would never stoop this low.
So you, the meathead
With, like, kill the Justice League.
those two are, can jog on.
Yeah, I'm just saying he wouldn't do the same take, like, killing off the
Worked for ya.
universe. Because I know what people are going to say, he killed off, like, Superman, but that was different when you add the context. That was, like, at the hands of Doomsday that killed, like, Superman. It's not like in this game where you just have, like, these nobodies show up with a gun and shoot them in the head.
Then let's clip his wings.
Yeah, but they wanted us to believe throughout the game that they couldn't do it, that the squad could beat them.
Oh my god, he's getting up!
Hitting him again.
And plus, isn't the reason this, like, Suicide Squad game happened, wasn't it because of the movie or whatever? Isn't that when they got the idea? 'Cause
Did that get him?
No, it very much did not get him.
no, but what I was saying is, didn't originally this game go into development after the first Suicide Squad movie? The one with, like, Will Smith in it?
Oh, you bloody Darrow. We could have done that.
Because WB saw, like, these characters and were like, man, we could make a good game out of this.
Well, hello. You're just in time to thank us for doing your job. No, seriously, it was our pleasure.
And then it ended up moving over to Rocksteady, and then WB Montreal made Gotham Knights.
Christ. Shit. Aren't you Waller's lieutenant ass kisser? You can call me Colonel Rick Flag.
And all you criminals.
At this point, I'd rather play like Gotham Knights, even if that game isn't much better. I'd rather play that one over this one, like, in my opinion.
Director Waller ain't happy. And you don't want that.
I know you would say, like, fuck both games, but I'd rather play Gotham Knights at this point.
I doubt it, Shark. But what I know you can do.
Like, if I were to choose just between these two games.
Brainiac's dropped a bug farm into Midtown, heavily guarded, pumping Terminauts into the city. You're gonna stop it. Or die trying, I guess.
He doesn't die in like in a weird way, like in a disrespectful way.
The hell is a Terminaut?
How about we Terminaut go find out?
Whereas in here with like Suicide Squad, yeah, whereas in here with Suicide Squad, he literally dies like a bitch, like on a bench to Harley Quinn.
Central Station TFX. I want a clean house.
Continues. Stay alert. Penguin is not truly a penguin.
And read the script that they gave him.
Yeah, mate. And I've got a boomerang. The Joker wasn't funny. It's not supposed to be real.
Open it up on your tongue, Shark. But I am the right.
Yeah, it wasn't his last performance ever, because that came in the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie.
Source, too.
To be the best, you gotta keep getting better.
It's a talent.
In most adaptations, yeah. But one of his most famous was Arkham.
Reporting from an undisclosed location. Are U.S. Special Forces in our city? This morning I was briefly able to follow 3 heavily armed soldiers unobserved.
To at least treat him better, yeah.
What their real mission is here? For further safety, I won't reveal their final location.
And it's sad because, like, his performance in this game is still pretty good.
Operation.
Like, Kevin Conroy's performance.
Driving some kind of experimental concept. The military? Some secret government battle force?
Yeah, because when you get to, like, the DLCs or whatever, Batman's barely even in it. Like,
Nothing's too weird to be true.
so we don't even know if all his lines were used in this game.
Hell, we've got a lot of hurt, scared, and hungry people trapped in the city. But if not, then get the hell out of the way. Because the Justice League might be out of commission, but Metropolis takes care of its own. Until next time.
And I remember Caboose was one of these people that still covered this game all the way till its death. Like, I don't even think he played this game when it came out. Like,
Central Station is a historically protected.
like, from what I can remember, he never really covered it.
Terminaut incubators are hooked up to a network of some kind of power sources. Shoot the hell out of them.
Great strategy. I see how you made Colonel.
Speaking of promotions, I'll be monitoring your performance. Whoever screws up the least might just make squad leader.
Yeah.
Fast, lethal, and on the
Gotcha. Hook, line, and sinker.
Plus, why would she really kill... Plus, why would Harley really kill him when her feud with him kind of ended in, like, Arkham Knight? She didn't really carry a feud with him anymore.
still built like a tank. Look for a weak point.
So it's like they didn't play the other games. tell a story that makes sense. Like,
You're the treat that I am being forced to supply. So get up on that rooftop.
I'm literally playing this story right now. I'm on chapter 2, like, of the story.
Favor, stand under it.
But really, the story isn't really that long. Like, I could beat it in one sitting if I wanted to. Like, how is Arkham Knight, like, a longer game than this one? And that came out, like, years ago. And then this game's literally a game that launched in 2024.
How good a shot do you think Pingo is?
Gotta say, lots of potential for industrial accidents.
Because that's what people want after Avengers. After that. And you saw what happened with Multiversus, like, over time.
Alright, pay attention, TFX. This is live feed from the Justice League's Watchtower satellite. We're tracking enemies with the data linked to the Skull Ship's comms. We want in on that data, and you are gonna bag it for us. Deadshot, I want you in the lead. Squad's gonna need you to pick the next mission. The rest of you, show me you're worth a damn out there, and you'll get a chance to lead. Got a data carrier and a signal. The director isn't the biggest threat to your skulls anymore. We've got reports of enemy sharpshooters in the city. Mean, smart, and their shots pack some kind of electrical discharge. Eyes open.
And we were supposed to get that Wonder Woman game, like, keep that in mind, we were supposed to get it.
It's all in the wrist.
There was, like, concept art and everything.
On the payroll. That seem a little extreme to anybody else?
Girl, he's a right villain.
Nothing. Oh, come on.
You know what's the crime? And Boomer, you're barely a villain. Just a corny act with a bad accent.
Yeah.
That data cache unit so our nerds can crack their comms.
Is this another bring 'em in alive job? Like,
Nope. Weapons free.
Nice.
All right. Not easy either way.
Target eliminated. Minimum collateral. Good target selected.
Especially when the Wonder Woman game was supposed to have the monolith system. Like the Nemesis system.
Good. Secure it for scanning, and we'll bring Hack online.
I'm always online. I am scanning. Yes. I can use this feed to breach the Skull Ship's network. Just buy me time.
You heard her, TFX. Deal with all incoming enemy forces until our nerds have what they need.
Oh, thought this would be boring tech stuff. Oh, I love getting in fights.
Looks like they ain't letting up.
Sharpshooters. Don't give them easy targets.
Yeah. Yeah. And didn't they say because the Flash isn't a popular character or something? Yeah.
Out of boost? Give me a break.
Announce it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only reason the Arkham games were successful at the time was because of the Dark Knight trilogy. Because those were out at the same time.
Boosters engaged.
then does that mean they would have canceled the game? Like using this logic? What's crazy is the Flash TV show was like popular, but then the movie was like ass.
Placing enemy comms channel into your headspace. Now.
I want you to focus on the low priority kill list. Profiles. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, King Shark. Self-centered fools all. Don't expect them to operate as a group. Isolate them. Eliminate them.
Isolate them. Eliminate.
Tapping their phone lines is one thing, TFX, but cracking that skull ship's shield calls for good old-fashioned recon.
The Guardians game.
You four are gonna cause enough ruckus to keep that thing's heat off me.
You're risking your ass too? If this is a military bonding thing, it ain't gonna work.
I was thinking the same thing, Lawton. So let's make you four into an effective support unit first. Head to the Mark site for pre-mission training. Hack's got some ideas. I'm monitoring vectors of resistance in the city. The journalist, the scientist, and the criminal element. They will be isolated.
They will be isolated. They will overcome.
Negative. Disappointing.
So they're just gonna send guns to us. We don't have to steal or nothing.
Ain't it grand?
Feels a bit.
Because I guess they can't do other genres after Suicide Squad failed. Like a looter shooter.
Lantern's military training will serve you well, Brainiac. The Skull ship is defended against all conventional forms of attack. If the Resistance deploys metahumans, let them come. I plan for every contingency.
Now I'm letting the bullets fly.
This Deadshot doesn't keep a low profile.
Plus, you were literally a big fan of Multiversus at one point.
Did the thing like champs.
And now you're sticking with like Marvel Rivals throughout its seasons.
Keep sending them back where they came from in pieces, TFX.
But literally going by this logic, Fortnite's a Gunner game. Literally, I don't know, Overwatch is a Gunner game. I don't, like, the list can go on. Destiny 2 is a Gunner game because of like Mara Sab or something.
Victims, TFX.
Just using these people's logic.
Never miss.
Yeah, the only thing that I guess is sort of a grind is unlocking all the Battle Pass cosmetics, but that's about it. But they don't make you grind to get like a character that you want to play as. Those are free. Like those are available right off the jump.
I don't want my ears-long captors and decimators of my people to themselves.
Right, what shots being sarcastic?
Mm-hmm. And then the only thing you'll really have to buy are his, like, cosmetics. That's about it. Yeah.
Hack's been reviewing your physical data. Looking at ways to turn those red lines green. Mobility is your strongest asset. Sure ain't your smarts or your tactics. Luckily for all of us, we can work with that.
Wait, let me see what
Build up your adrenaline.
Barry was typing.
Then we're going to unleash it in moves that take out multiple bodies and
You can, like, keep going. I just...
This combat simulation's gonna put you through your paces.
Terminating plan.
Tactical repositioning.
Alright, I'm calling this combat drill done. Take it and use it, TFX. We're in this next...
And literally in Destiny 2, what they basically do is you get the new destinations and the stories, but then after you're done with the story, you're expected to grind to unlock the other stuff. So it's like kind of the same thing.
If we're gonna crack the shield on death from above up there...
But people treat this like it's a sin.
without getting shot at. You four have the honor of being shot at instead.
When literally games have been doing this.
Job done.
I would like to lead the mission.
Have been doing this grind thing.
I have great leadership skills as a demigod, and as a bipedal shark, I draw much attention.
Yeah.
I will crack the earth. Obliterated.
Alright.
I believe this is a window in reality itself.
Hurry up, we're gonna be late. I swear, if I miss the opening ceremony.
You think I missed a chance to see Superman cut the ribbon with his eyes?
You're right. I keep forgetting you're a bigger fan than I am.
Everyone should be a big fan of what people talk about.
It better not rain on the parade.
My
To the
intent
people
is
overtaken by the invaders, this is Wonder Woman. I know you're still in there. I know you're still fighting. Keep
Diana, stop this.
Bruce. Bruce, tell me where you are.
Watching. Integration with Brainiac is irreversible. You need to understand that. Join us, or stay out of the way. Scans indicate no new life forms.
This is where we will be agents of chaos.
New intel. We're seeing heavy weapon troopers being deployed. Let them get a beat on you and they'll chew you up. Don't let them.
that's your new best friend, TFX. Keep it twitching with the energy released by killing tangos. Kill enough, the jammer sucks up the energy and projects a shield. Get back behind it when the skull ship tries to fry you. I need you unfried and running that jammer until I'm done. Operation is a go.
Nearby forces. We've localized a signal disruption in your area. Eliminate it.
Engage the dark thing!
Firing emitter. The insurgents will answer for our losses. We are lucky to have avoided that blast.
Built a sleeping giant. Get back to the jammer.
That was terrifying.
Hold the line, TFX. I'm almost done.
That was wrong.
There's a safe zone by the jammer. Get there before the skull ship takes you out.
We're seeing the shark using its full strength.
TFX, I'm ending recon. Successful exfiltration. That means the party's up.
What the hell is this unauthorized transmission all about?
Riddle me this. I'm the Riddler, Edward Nigma.
Everyone keep quiet. I ain't chasing a bunch of riddles and bullshit.
It's you. 4 heads is you. The radio star is on the radio tower. Go to the radio tower. I'm waiting.
Eddie, Kristen, Nigma. Really getting the Arkham 25 to Life gang back together.
Eddie Nigma. Enigma. Oh, I am delighted by riddles and brain teasers.
Mate, he's the worst. He leaves all the clues for Batman. You don't leave flaming clues.
Boosters engaged. Top of that tower. There'll be a damn question mark.
Here we are, top of the world, but with a conundrum. Why would Argus choose you for this mission over me? Now there's an answer I had to unravel. So I hacked into your neural bombs and devised a series of educational challenges for you to flunk.
Kinda busy right now, mate. Ah!
Let's begin. My shadow falls across the city. My piercing gaze knows no pity. Come on! Ask yourselves, what's at the head of this invasion? Well done. Perhaps I estimated you all.
Perhaps I estimated you all.
Like some Egyptian god. No. The augmented
Yeah, this is making total sense.
throughout the city will test your bodies too. When you try and fail again, Argus will see that I, Edward Enigma, the Riddler.
In case it needs stating, no greasy little crossword jockey gives you orders. I do.
Waller, Nigma's hacked our bombs. That seems bad.
Low on my list of priorities, Lawton. We have actionable intel out of Cobblepot. Prototype grenades hidden in the Justice Day stage at the stadium. Retrieve those grenades, Task Force X. Expect resistance.
Goofy old crossword jockey. Funny kind of
Within their lair, the thousands plot. Too many exits mark the spot.
Boots up!
All forces, if your comms are hijacked by a Terran determined to present you with riddles, ignore him. The Terran criminal in question is
The Terran criminal in question.
disruption to our mission.
Fight Penguin so quick. Thought he was a hard man.
hard like Kathy. She probably showed him a mirror.
We're at the stadium, Waller. Found a shitload of dead. No. No. God damn. Son of a bitch. Lock me up. My daughter. Get me into
Imagine having like DC one of the other biggest like properties besides like Marvel, and this is how you do it. Like this is how you treat it. When literally it has some of the most amount of characters as like Marvel.
I was just about to do that.
In the Insomniac games, they literally just kill off the franchise in one game.
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, we know, lady.
Then why are you still in the city?
Every minute I waste on you is stolen from the people who truly need my help. I won't be around to save you again.
Where else are you gonna go, Prince?
And what's crazy is when the League comes back at the end of the game, the only one that doesn't come back is Wonder Woman.
I would bring you to Hobbs Bay to save the innocents there, if I thought you gave a damn. But we all know better. Leave Metropolis while you still can.
We're trying to. Oh, don't tell Waller.
She did not confiscate our grenades. That was generous.
Well, she didn't say we couldn't blow shit up on our way out of town, right?
She did not.
Would you look at us, following orders?
And I remember there was another cutscene where they like saved Green Lantern or whatever, where he's hanging off the side of the building and then he just falls. It was like another joke cutscene. Because literally Green Lantern was hanging there and then I think Deadshot or somebody kicks him and then he like falls. Back to the Hall of Justice to put him in like inside of a tube or inside of a pod. Because I remember like they did that with the Flash too. He just shows up and says like, "Hey guys, you finally came back for me."
The bullets would just bounce back and kill you. On second thought, shoot away, Boomerang. Diana, come on out.
Yeah, he gets killed off at one point.
Look who it is. Not even gonna put up a fight? Not what I expected. Here I am, looking for an Amazonian princess, and all I find is America's least wanted.
Wonder Woman's a personal friend. You'll get to her over our dead bodies.
And he got rid of like 99% of the population.
This ain't the fight, mate.
Enhanced interrogation it is. I hope none of you are too attached to your fingernails.
Oh, Wonder Woman. Yeah, you know, I heard something else. She legged it to Hobbs Bay. Yeah, just missed her.
Expected about as much. Kinda figured Deadshot would be the one to give it up, though. Well, I'm still on mission. But I'd feel bad leaving you without something. Oh, and Deadshot. I know you're worried about your kid. Zoe, right? I'll make sure she's safe and sound. After Brainiac transforms her.
Like at this point, like Barry might be right. We might as well just bring Brock back in the group at this point. Yeah, because I remember Barry said Brock called him recently or something.
Oh shit, that was Deadshot. That was... Oh,
Get to the day's got jokes.
we gotta find a way out of this stupid stadium. Weirdest looking cricket pitch I ever saw.
Yeah, you might as well try to get him in here. I guess the more people in here, the better.
Let's get out of here before anything else shows up.
Waller, please advise.
Because everything's a joke at this point, you might as well. Literally, this party, like, no offense, became a joke. Yeah, just like, yeah, the parties in here, they became jokes at this point. If I'm gonna be, like, honest. About what? Like, which one are you referring to? Because I said a lot. Like, which... Yeah, how I became a stain on the group, like, with too much negativity. Probably because I wasn't really helping, like, I was just contributing to the problems.
All right.
Because, like, be honest, if I was helping, we wouldn't be having these problems. Yeah, you might as well. You don't think it was me who was the problem the entire time? Because with all this, like, shit happening. Like, with all the arguing and everything, and the negative attitudes. I just noticed a lot of different, like, negativity, like people arguing and fighting. But do you agree you should just ditch someone when they go through that, or not really? Like if somebody's going, yeah, like if somebody's going through a problem, is the best thing to do to basically just ditch them. Because that basically happened to me, like... Yeah, like it basically happened to me recently with, like, Gamer. Yeah, like he might tell a different story, but basically when I was hurting, quote unquote, I'll just say that, when I was having a bad day sort of thing, he kind of just flat out ditched me because I have the proof, because right after we had our talk, he basically went on Fortnite, like, on his end and did a live stream, and then I decided to click on that live stream, and he was already talking to somebody else, like, immediately. So instead of, like, talking through the problem so instead of talking through, like, this problem with me, he basically ditched me to go and get on Fortnite and talk to this other person.
So he talked with somebody else, though, right?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
And he was just treating it like nothing happened at all, like it was another great, beautiful day. And
I would never ditch you the same way. Listen,
because I could literally say this and say I have proof, because you could literally go to that live stream and see that.
Yeah. I would have to see the timestamp, though, in the video, or, like, the live stream.
He did say that he would be there for me, but then at the same time, were you really, if you just went to this other person?
This is me just Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm just gonna get the full freaking context of, like, what the hell happened, because it's my due diligence to just get the full context of the whole situation. Oh my god.
I don't know, I just felt like he just straight up ditched me.
But dude,
like, coming from the sky.
you know I would never ever, like, ditch someone like you, though, right? Like,
even if I was dealing with something, like, serious, like a few days ago.
Dude, whatever it is, that you were that you were going through something, understand that, like, yeah, there are people out there that, like, genuinely, like, care for you. Even if, like, yeah.
Because Gamer was saying he got it, but then I was just thinking, did he really? Did he?
Yeah.
Like, that kind of thing.
But just because Gamer doesn't, like, get it, that doesn't mean, like, everyone, like, will or won't get it.
That's why I said, like, maybe it was my problem starting these arguments in the group.
Was it? But here's the thing, though. The problems that, like, you quote-unquote created, they
were already there, yeah, they were already happening.
Yeah. You didn't really, like... Because how would you know that...
Because you had to notice some of this stuff going on, didn't you? Where people in the group
were,
like...
yeah, I noticed it, but...
Yeah.
I noticed it, but then just things happen. In life, I guess. It's like... I'm sorry, but some of these problems will... Some of these problems might stay, but, like, at the same time, it's like, well... There might be, like, newer problems or newer, like, shady shit to begin with, like, in the group or whatever. And also, by the way, though, right? Do you think that, like, yeah, because Gamer, like, ditched you, right? Do you believe that most people would, like, do you believe that everyone will just ditch you? Like... Okay, this is what I mean, though, right? let's say that like you know, someone like.
Because I basically
Oh,
had to
like-
bring it up with him. Like I had to basically say like things were going good, and then I just noticed them not really going the same anymore. And then he like flipped his like lid. Like, what are you talking about? Like things aren't going the same anymore. And then I basically like told him.
Dude, the
Like,
same
because
way.
instead of like just talking about it, he basically like flipped his lid.
Dude, if I haven't been like talking with y'all, it's like, understand this though, right? It's not that like I'm ditching y'all, okay? Because that's not what it is.
Like I guess
If
when
I
you
was
don't join in on some of the parties. Wait, let me try to invite now that we're in the PlayStation party. Wait, let me change it to the... Yeah, it'd be more than 2.0. It'd be like 3 or 4.0. I'll put 4.0 because we've had so many talks. Dylan can't come back still. This blew up like so bad.
The untested technology, we find your soldiers, make them tiny, and bring them back.
I'll handle finding them. I'm gonna scan for life signs. Downside, we'll get a crap ton of enemy attention on us. And them.
Wait, these poor buggers were safe until we turned up.
No. Yeah. Damn it, TFX. Just get this done. Scan it for non-coms. Stand by to take out anything that comes sniffing.
Because I'll use this as an example. Imagine you were like going through something, but like I start talking like about it, but then I just leave out of nowhere. Like,
well, first
like,
of all,
imagine
no.
I don't even try.
Well, first of all, no. I generally like when you're going through something, generally like if the other
It's
person
good
wants
to, like,
to know,
talk it out. Yeah, like it's
if the other person wants to know, like, okay, what is it that you're going through? Here's the thing, though. You can't just be like vague about it, or a certain someone can't be vague about it, right?
Yeah, you can't be vague. You got to give like the details. Like,
Yeah,
what
you have
you're
to be like
actually going through.
honest, like what you're actually going through. If you're going through a bad day, then it's like, well, I hope you. All I'm gonna say is that this. So, well, then I hope like you're feeling okay. Like just check in on you.
But what if like what you're going through went on for longer than just a day? Like, what if it was for like months?
Well, Well, the question that I would ask is, how long has this been going on? For like months and years.
Yeah, like for months or years at this point is what I would say.
And also, have you done anything to like, well, rectify it? I guess you could say, like, have you done anything to like change that?
Yeah, I've done like a few things, but not like a whole lot.
Okay. Because this is a thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I think somebody might need to like give some, well, somebody like me or someone else would have to give you, well, the advice of like, okay, what to change though, right? So in your case, you don't have to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
But what is it generally that like, that you're going through like bad days?
Well, like,
was it
like bad days, but for like different reasons?
Yeah, for different reasons.
It wasn't
just
always
in
like
general.
the same reason every day.
Yeah, just in general though, like like, is it because, well, the day was long? Was it like...
Yeah, either the day was long or there wasn't anyone really joining or...
Okay, then that, I would say, maybe find...
That could be like an example, yeah.
Okay.
Because remember a while back, remember when I did add some new people into the group, remember how that went over?
Yeah. And you remember when I added you into, like, the certain other group, right?
Yep. It was
then
like
yeah,
that group
changed
was
something.
okay. Like I didn't really do a lot of talking, but that group
You
I
didn't
guess
do a
was
lot of
okay.
talking, but yeah.
Yeah.
But you heard a lot of things, right?
Yeah, I just heard what they were talking about.
Yeah. So, naturally, of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, I think if you want more people to talk to, and if you want to add those certain people in there here, then like, yeah, of course, add those certain people
But
in
what's
here.
crazy is like I feel like if I do this again, it might not go the right way.
Well, first of all, just because it was like only one person. Here's what I believe. I think that should be. I think maybe just letting most people know in the group chat, even if it's
because
like,
it feels like if I do this now, I gotta make it like a big deal. I have to let everybody know.
yeah. Or here's the thing though, because like yeah, it kind of is the responsibility of like the certain person, you know, like to like let everyone like know.
But I remember
yeah,
I did let you guys know though. Like I did say something, but then I guess
did you think
what I said wasn't enough?
So you said that like yeah, or like one person.
No, I said
like
I said these people like I remember the message I said I talked to these people for a while now, for a few months, and now I want to get them here into the group, and then I think you agreed, but then no one else really said nothing. But
no
you
one
were
else
like,
really said nothing.
Yeah, because I remember you agreed to the message. You were like, "All right, yeah, we can. I can. I want to talk to these people." And then you were like, "How old are they?" And then I told you.
Yeah.
Remember that conversation? Remember when I told you?
Yeah. You were basically like what is it?
I'm saying like you replied to what I said, but the others in the group didn't do that, and then it blew up to like a big
I was the
thing.
first person to say yes, but I don't know, man. Like the others, I'm not sure what it was.
I guess it has to be more of a group thing, which I understand, but then at the same time, why did nobody else answer?
Well, but then my question would be, okay, so like yeah, if I'm the only person that said yes to it,
yeah,
what about
you were the only one who thought it through, yeah.
Then like, how come the others are like, well, inactive or saying nothing?
I understand everybody has lives and stuff, but it's like, when are you ever gonna reply to something? Like,
well,
when
are
will
you gonna be like active?
Yeah, when will you ever
nobody
at
is
least be
asking you
active?
to be like active every day.
Yeah, it's not like it's a dictatorship where you have to be active every day. Like, it basically just means active some of the time. Like, like nobody's saying you have to be active every day.
Yeah.
But my question would be then, how come every time I want to do something, there's always something like against it?
Something against like what exactly?
Like anytime I have something planned that might be different, like to shake up the group or make it feel like fresh, like either Barry or Gamer or I don't know, Jace or somebody, they always come in and counteract like against that thing. They always have like some kind of an excuse.
Well, firstly,
because that's how I'm seeing it. They always have like a viewpoint that counteracts what I'm trying to say.
Well, firstly, with Jace, he's honestly like inactive. So it's like, what the hell can you even say though? Because he's been dealing with like life.
But here's the newsflash: we've all been dealing with life, but we still make time. We still join them.
But the issue is with Jace, so it's like he's been mostly inactive, but then by the time he just comes in, and he's like,
he's drained or tired or whatever, and he's like, my wife.
Yeah. Or what about, let's say, what with Barry? What? Okay, so when you broke the news to Barry, how did you feel about it?
When I literally told Barry like what I was doing, like leaving the group forever, he freaked out. He was like, "What?" Like
it was all new to him.
He was like, "Wait, what are you doing? Like, is this for real?" Like,
and it's like, I'm fairly sure if it was like for real.
Shouldn't you have like questioned me a little more or like wondered what was going on instead of just saying, "Is this for real?"
Well, here's the thing though. Instead of just saying that, it's like, okay, wait.
Because that just didn't feel like a real response. That just felt like, I'm gonna say this anyway, but I'm not gonna think it through. Like that.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest though. Okay, if
like
it was me, right?
At least, yeah.
Firstly, I would ask, okay, hey, why is this person? Like, if I were Barry, right? I'd be like, hey, I understand that you're adding these people, but like, what is the purpose of like
No, I was
doing
talking
service?
about not even just with that. I was talking about recently when I put what I did a few days ago.
Oh.
Because then when I did that, I literally saw both like Barry and Jace both freak out about it.
Well, firstly, it was Jason that, and then he just was like, yeah. I didn't even respond to it because again, I had to think these things through. Like, hey, do I really believe this or not? Because certain things with these situations, it's like, yeah, you really have to think about stuff like that. And also,
and
if
you
the
did,
person
like,
really
the
stands by
thinking.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in my point of view, I'd be like, no. Because again, you got someone like me or someone else in my place that'll be like thinking these things. And on top of this, right?
Plus, why not at least try to question the person to see how they're doing?
Yeah.
Like at least try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Before you just jump to your conclusion.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't really be... This is why I would be like, okay, dude, that's why I'm... It's like, yeah, it's important to, like, ask those questions, because, like, hey, you really want to know if the person, like, really...
Because this just tells me, this just tells me, no offense, that some of the others are just robots, like, they don't really think like how a real human being would think, like,
So with my responses, though, right?
Yeah.
Did you believe it was, like, coming from a robot or from a human being?
No, that's why I would say, at least with yours, they kind of sound like they're coming from a human. But with some of the others in the chat, it sounds like a robot. Like they're not responding like how a real person would.
With... I don't know what... Okay, here's the thing, So with, like... You know, I got no idea why he even decided he did what he did. Because, again, I have, like, no idea. Like, behind the scenes, what the hell was going on. When you did that, like, whole message in, like, the Discord and
you don't know the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure you can get an idea.
Yeah, but from what you have told me, yeah, it is kind of shitty. And I
think
it's kind of messed
up because he literally, like, did say he was there for me at first, but then it's like, are you really there for me if you just ditch me and then go into the other thing? Like,
yeah.
Because he basically said in his words, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm gonna go for now, so that just straight up told me, yeah, this person isn't caring like this.
Yeah.
Because I could literally pull up the messages and show proof that he wasn't responding in the right way.
Yeah.
Because then he's saying stuff like, oh, love's all bullshit, like, and he put that in before I was even done talking.
So love's all bullshit, even though, like, yeah, you literally were there for this guy for, like...
For years at this point, yeah. But then, like, before I was done talking, telling
like,
him...
that's a point of, like, freaking friendships.
But then, like, literally, before I was even done telling him how I felt, he literally just changes it automatically, and then when I bring it up with him, like, oh, so you thought all this was bullshit? He was like, oh, don't worry, that wasn't targeted towards you. But then it's like, well, why'd you change it when I was in the middle of talking? Like, why'd you put it everywhere? And then he literally changes his channel name to Femboy, announcing, like, to the whole world, oh, I'm a femboy, like, come and get it, come and announce it for everybody.
Do you think, like, it came off a little bit as, like, dishonest?
Yeah, because it came across, like, from my point of view, it was dishonest, because he should have been able to tell I was, like, hurting and having a bad day, but then, instead of being there, he's just like,
okay, because,
let me
like,
change it to this other stuff, let me twist it.
Because when I responded in the whole thing, though, right, like, about this, at first, like, in the Discord, and then when I joined in the VC...
I'm talking about when it was just in the Discord between me and Gamer, this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm not sharing everything, but I'm basically saying, when I told him what was going on over the past few, like, years or months, he didn't really listen, because he just jumped to, like, his own conclusion.
Okay, then...
He jumped to, like, the next thing.
Because this is...
Because that kind of
showed
my
whole
me
thing.
he's
I don't
not really
like,
caring.
like, yeah. Like, oh yeah, they'll act like buddy with you one day, but then, like, guess what? The next day they just ditch you and, like, talk shit about you.
Yeah, because that's kind of what it felt like, because then he's just...
So it's like...
very quickly making up his mind before I'm done
So it's
talking.
like, yeah, this is why I don't make like friends, or this is why I'm not friendly with people on the internet like that. Like,
Yeah,
don't respect that.
I can understand like being friends with him in the party is one thing, but when he's out of the party, that's a different thing. When it's through Discord.
Yeah.
Because he was saying
Especially
like,
if,
oh,
like-
don't worry, I'm here for you, and like, don't worry, I can be this for you. When it's like, can you really? When you didn't respond in the right way, like,
Yeah.
when you didn't respond like with emotion behind it.
Firstly, it's like, okay, this is the thing with me. It's like, yeah, I will check in
'Cause
just
I know
to see
you-
how everyone is.
Yeah, because I know you don't have like the whole story, but you can basically hear going off of what I told you. What he did was wrong. Was like a bullshit move.
Well, then again, he's done this for like, I'm fairly sure he's done this for like maybe years or decades.
Yeah, but
Not
you think this time it would have been different.
But let's be honest, though, is it different?
Because this time he was telling me like, oh, don't worry, I've always liked you and all this. Well, that's like, if you really liked me, then why'd you do that? Why'd you respond like that?
This would be my question for you then. Do you
Like,
think
was
others in the group...
was that actually true? Like that you were into me and everything, or were you just kind of like egging me along just to get what you wanted out of it? Because that's kind of what it felt like. You were just egging me along, just telling me what I wanted to hear.
Yeah. I
When
think
was
it's
it
kind of
coming
like
from
the
an actual
responsibility.
place?
Well,
I know
then
I probably
again,
shouldn't be talking about this in a stream, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Like,
You're
what
just
did-
venting, correct?
Yeah. Did it come from like an actual place? Like,
Yeah.
did it?
Because my point of view is that, like, hey, I believe that, like, the only person that would actually, like, look, if he genuinely, like, cared about you for, like, all these years.
Because he kept telling me like he cared about me and everything, and he loved me and everything. But it's like, did you really? If you
But
reacted
if you,
in this
like,
way?
loved him as, like, a friend or whatever.
Or in like another way, yeah. Then why'd you do this? Why'd you?
Then, like, why would you just all of a sudden be like, okay, I'm gonna
You
go and
changing
then
your
be with,
YouTube channel, like, yeah, and doing all this other stuff.
like, out of nowhere, even
Just
though,
keep in
like,
mind,
yeah,
he
you didn't really...
he barely even changed like the YouTube channel it was either a few minutes or a few hours after, an hour after like our chat. Like, he literally just changes it immediately.
Yeah.
Without like thought. When that isn't a normal behavior. And then even when we were in the middle of talking, he changes his thing on Discord to like hashtag love is bullshit.
Yeah,
That just
again,
felt
this
like
is just one
weird
of those
behavior.
things where I'm like, okay, bro, if you're gonna be like this, like, if this is clearly what you need to make yourself feel good about this or whatever, then, like...
Because he's going
I
to
don't know
twist
what...
it to his own narrative when it's like, what's the point of doing that? If you really cared about somebody, you don't have to twist it. You don't
Yeah,
have
you
to...
don't need to be, like, fucking using us. Again, I'm... Listen, if I ever use y'all, please just...
I basically
Because
think, like, what you're saying is even if you use it, it's coming from, like, a friendly place or whatever.
I'm trying to be, like, yeah.
Just trying to poke
I don't
want to,
like, be... Because, listen, like, yeah, there might be some certain people that, like, yeah, may not know it or whatever.
Yeah, they may not pick up on you're just joking. You're just, like, ribbing them.
Or no, it's just, like... It may be, like, some people might view it, like, a certain way. Like, hey, I think you might be using us. I know this other guy may not be using you, right? Like, you not... I know the other person might not view it as that, but to me, it just feels like, yeah, you're using us. And I would be like, hey, listen, if I ever did use someone for, like, for my advantage or whatever, then it's like, hey, I apologize, because this was not my intention. Because, again, the intention...
Yeah, like at least if you apologize afterwards, that'd be fine, but if you don't...
Yeah, because, again...
And then you keep going with it.
Intent... This is what my whole thing is, right? The intent of, like, what you're supposed to be doing matters, okay? Like, if it's coming out of a place which I would like to believe that that I'm coming out of a place full of like in a friendly way, like I want to be doing something. Like I'm coming at it from like in a good way. But like with others, it's just like I don't know, man. Like they just.
Because I'm not saying like everybody in the group lies or everybody in the group's in the wrong. That isn't what I'm saying. All I'm trying to point home is just sometimes their responses don't feel genuine. They don't feel like they're coming from a real place.
Yeah.
You know, when you kind of have to. That's your job as a human to make your responses sound right, like sound emotional.
And also make it sound like
you care, yeah. Like kind of.
Yeah. And also, you would have to be there for the person, right?
Yeah, at least try to be there. Don't just ditch them out of nowhere. Is what I would say.
Yeah.
Because imagine like one of you was going through a problem, like I don't know, you or Barry or Brandon or maybe even Jason, then you started to talk, and then out of nowhere I just posted something, or I switched out of nowhere to basically just nodding my head like I knew what was going on, but that's different than actually saying it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like...
Because you can like try to understand people, but if you're not, I'll use like this example, you can try to understand people, but you also have to be able to really understand them, like put yourself in their shoes. Like you can't just go through the motions. You have to understand what the person's actually feeling.
Yeah. Because this is the thing though, dude. Like, you know, like you're the one that's been
dealing with this like for a while, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Because those feelings, like, out of nowhere, those feelings, like, don't just come out of nowhere. Like, there's a reason why, like, yeah, you've been holding those feelings for, like, years.
Yeah.
And it's been, like, yeah, at the same time, it's been there with, like, me. It's like, yeah, I want others to play with other people, but, like, at the same time, it's, like, so facepalming because, again... Here's the thing, I'm just gonna say this. For example, with Barry, when he's like, "Wait, is this real?" Then I'm like, "Bro, I just told you what has happened."
Plus, do you think, like, from what you've known about me, do you think I would just say this stuff out of nowhere, or do you think I would think it through, like, before I say it?
Well, from what I've seen with your intentions, it's not.
Like, I'm asking from just your perspective, yeah. Like, just your answer for it.
I think you'd think it through, though, with, like, most of the things, yes.
Yeah, like, you could point out a few times where I was being random, but for the most part, I'm actually making sense. Like, I thought it through.
Yeah. Yeah, you thought things through, because in my mind, I'd be like, okay, yeah. This is
You'd be like, yeah, this is how I'm singing, he must be going through something.
Yeah.
Because you thought about it a little bit.
Yeah. Because I thought, well, hey, maybe he could be, well, maybe he could be joking, maybe he could be serious, or...
Because the thing with me is you can tell when I'm joking most of the time, like, but if I'm serious, then... Yeah, but if I'm serious, you're able to tell that, too. You're able to notice that.
But also, people use, like, humor, right?
Yeah, I can understand using, like, humor, yeah. But, like, sometimes I'm saying, like, what if it isn't humor? That's my point.
Yeah.
Like, what if they're actually being serious?
Yeah. Because then again, though, because... Here's the thing, I understand that, like, yeah, if it's not humor, but that's the thing, though. Okay, what are you supposed to... If you're fully being honest with yourself, right? You would find some ways to, like, I guess... hide what you're, truly, like, feeling, or, like, what you're going through, because, like, yeah, people do that for whatever reason. It's like, dude, okay, like, if I'm not gonna get into a serious, like, be, like, in a serious thing with you, right? Like, if you're fully serious.
Yeah, like, not saying, like, that you are, but you're saying, like, if things, like, ever became, like, more serious than just friendship, you'd treat it like that kind of thing. I'm not saying like that's. I'm not saying that's how you are. You, like, keep in mind, I'm just using an example. You wouldn't just like go through the motions. You treat it seriously. Yeah.
Because I treat the problem like very serious. Of course, I'm gonna be one of those people that like treats something very serious. Like, depending on the situation. Because firstly, it's not like someone else's like, well, whole deal to like.
Of course, because I won't sit there and be like, I always understand what a person's saying, because that'd be a lie. But at least I try, you know, like I try to see it.
Yeah, you try to see it from like the. You try to see it from
like you with
other's
like
perspective,
like you with like how you feel about like, for example, James Gunn's Superman. You might have thought the movie was pretty good, like not perfect, like you might have thought it was good. Whereas with me, I just don't really see a point in it. I'm not saying it's like a bad movie. Like I'm just saying I don't.
Well, then again,
really
though,
see like a point in watching.
The point of like
what's my reason to watch it? And no, I'm not just a Snyder bot. I'm just saying like, well, why would I want to care about this new movie when, you know, for these reasons like X, Y, and Z. Like,
well, this would be the thing, though, right?
Like I'm basically using like an example, like where we would need to see eye to eye on some stuff with this James Gunn Superman.
Well, generally, the whole purpose of like the James Gunn thing, right?
I know he's trying to launch a new universe. Like I get that, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and be like, that's the universe for me, or that's the universe I like. Like, sure, I'll agree, like, with some people's points that it's good for this reason, or, I don't know, funny for how crypto acts or whatever, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I'm automatically, like, a huge fan of this. Well,
this would be my question, though. Like, would you be willing to wait for it to develop?
Yeah, I'd probably be willing to wait for it to develop, but so far from what I've heard and seen, I don't really know if I'll care about this. But I'm not saying I won't be there to let it develop. Like, I never said that.
Okay, then there you go. Then it may not be there right now, but eventually it'll get there.
Like eventually, yeah, it could get better with the other films, like with Supergirl and Batman: The Brave and the Bold, and a couple other things.
Yeah. Because literally, with the Lanterns and like Supergirl and all that, like they're releasing next year, and so is Clayface.
Plus, I guess what people are hoping, like it's a big hope, they're hoping that James Gunn learns with like this Superman movie, like learns what worked and what didn't, because it's like his first movie. Like
it's his first movie.
Like in this new universe.
Keep in mind though, with James Gunn though, he wants other artists, like other directors, to be like on board with his whole new universe, and he wants different like stories to be like told.
And I get he wants different stories and everything, but I'm just saying like, well, why'd you make your first story like this? That'd be like my counterpoint.
Well,
like,
this would be my question.
Why'd you not make it better? Like sure, it's an okay movie. Like it's got action, it's fun, it probably has like heart, but why'd you choose to make it like this? Yeah, like.
Wait, is your question is that, well, why does it take stuff from what we known before with Superman?
Yeah, like why does it take some things we know, but then also throw in some stuff we don't know about?
Well, firstly,
that's how I would phrase it.
I would say, like, with the perception, because bear in mind with how BVS does it and how like Superman does it is like two very different things. But from what I can say, right, this is just me personally. From what I can say, maybe it's like probably like Superman, but here's the thing, though, right? Because it has a change, right? I'm not even gonna spoil what the change is in the stream. Okay, it has a change, and as a result, Clark just basically like is treated like shit for it. Okay, and also from what we can tell from the marketing, right? Superman is also getting shit from after being involved in like a war, right? Because that's the same thing that happened in BVS, but the way it was handled here is different because.
And I know people would say like, oh, it was bad in Snyder because in the first scene, remember that scene in the desert where Lois was being like kidnapped, like interrogated, people would say, "Oh, that was bad because Superman flew that guy through the wall." But it's kind of like, well, what do you mean?
and also they shot like Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, what do you mean, like, it was bad Superman flying that guy through the wall? Like, what else was he supposed to do? Like, that would be my counter-action point.
Well, this would be my question, though.
And did the guy even die, or did he just push him through a wall? Like, I'm pretty sure that guy didn't die. Because people say that person died, but how do we know when they showed no body? They didn't, like, do a close-up of the guy's body.
Well, and also, did they
afterwards.
show, like, blood? Like, did the guy was, like, losing a lot of blood?
Yeah, because, like, how I always saw it was Superman, like, flew through the wall with him, but I never thought of it as him killing that guy, because we would have seen blood or something. Because I know what people are going to say, like, though, they're like, oh, you just like the dark and gritty stuff, like where Batman brands people or Superman kills Zod, but it's like, that isn't the only reason we might like these movies. You can't, like, twist our words.
I think generally, like, with how Superman does it,
because I get, like, Zack's version of Superman is different. He's, like, more darker and, like, I guess edgier, but people need to realize he was still Superman, especially if you watch, like, Justice League. He kind of became more of, like, his own version of Superman in that movie.
Guess, like, if I were to say, like, with Man of Steel versus, like, how Superman does it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, between the two movies, yeah.
This is just from my point of view, right?
Yeah.
I think with James Gunn's Superman, right? Because the issue was with, like, the DCEU, right? Is that, like, well, Superman basically, like, goes against Zod, right? But he doesn't think about, like, the innocent, like, lives or whatever. I remember that being, like, the issue with it. And, like, by the way, though, I think the one I remember, I liked Man of Steel. But, like, it's been years since then that I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen it.
But let me ask you this, when you saw the movie, like, originally, like, whether you saw it in a theater or on, like, rental or whatever on TV, did you ever have a problem with the end of the movie when Superman snapped, like, Zod's neck? Or did you understand it?
Well, that, I mean...
That's, like, the part that I'm focusing on. Did that ever bother you, like, Superman crushing his neck and then, like, screaming, going, like...
Well, did he, like, if he didn't use, like, heat vision, and if that was his first thought, then... Granted, like, this would not be the ideal approach for me, because I would be like, okay, well, what about heat vision, or, like, or like, freeze breath, even. Could just froze his head off. Or, like, froze the entire body. But, like, if that was the only way to, like, do that, then, like, okay. Then, yeah, of course he's gonna snap someone's neck.
Yeah, because, like, what I'm saying is when you add in the context of the movie, which these people forget, is Zod was about to erase that family. He was about to disintegrate.
Yeah, he was about to erase the family, so, like, Superman...
had to act,
again,
he had to do something.
Yeah.
And he couldn't just punch him, he had to do, like, more damage.
This is a Kryptonian being, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This isn't like, okay, yeah, we're dealing with Brainiac or, like, Darkseid.
Yeah, like, because of course it would have been different if Zack Snyder did those villains, it would have been different.
Yeah.
Not like how Zod was done.
Because Zod is Kryptonian. We can't just... You're dealing with Kryptonian versus Kryptonian. Okay? Because freaking... Zod. And also, this is my other thing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like how, in Zack Snyder's Superman was treated more so as a god rather than, well, I guess, a human being?
I think it worked in, like
godly or...
I think it worked in the context of that universe, like that movie's universe.
Okay. Because
honestly, of course it wouldn't work in, like, James Gunn's take, but it worked for Snyder is what I would say.
Honestly, for me, from what... this is just based off, like, my knowledge of, like, Superman in, like, other adaptations.
Yeah.
Not the comics, because, like, again, I don't really read...
You don't really read them, yeah. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. But from adaptations that I've seen, with, like, Superman Clark Kent,
Yeah.
Generally, I prefer when they show off more of like the human side, like the humanity that like
Yeah, and I can see that, but
yeah.
wouldn't you also say like Snyder's version had some humanity in it, or not really?
Yes and no. Yes, later on. No,
Okay.
when it's initial.
All right. Yeah.
And you would be like, well, I understand that, like, yeah, you're into that, but like, wouldn't you also say like over time they showed off more of the human side of Clark Kent?
It was more over time, but at the same time, people need to remember in that like movie he wasn't Superman for that long when like Zod attacked.
Yeah, because bear in mind this is a Superman in his first year. Okay.
Whereas in like not Zack Snyder and James Gunn's version, it's his third year.
Yes. So he's been experienced. Okay. Like this mofo has some experience.
But then people are saying if it was his third year, then why does he get his ass kicked most of the movie?
Well, then again, though, this is at the end of his like career, right? Or,
Yeah.
well, in his beginning years. I think it's kind of part of the reason why he's like kind of a human being, like because here's the thing though, if in his beginning years, of course he's gonna get like he's still not gonna have the ideal ropes of like being a hero or something. And also he goes through lots of shit though too in this movie. Again, not gonna spoil it in the live stream.
No, yeah, I know you're not spoiling it, but yeah.
Yeah.
You're saying he goes through like way more shit than what Henry Cavill did in his first movie.
Yeah. But generally the plot of this one, it's like, of course Lex Luthor... This is most of the plots for Superman though, by the way. But yeah, Lex Luthor is literally plotting like some sort of scheme to like ruin Superman. That's always been like Lex Luthor in like many other adaptations.
But do you
of,
like how
Superman.
this version of Lex is written, like how he's done in the movie?
I would say yeah, because like this dude gives off some hater energy with like Superman.
Alright.
It's like classic Superman thing, but Jesse Eisenberg, I don't know. I haven't seen BVS in like years.
And I'd say the next time you watch BBS should be in the ultimate cut anyway.
Yeah.
Like the director's
This is just based
cut.
off like theatrical cut. I'm not basing it off of like an extended cut or anything like that.
Plus, you gotta keep in mind that wasn't even Lex Luthor, that was his son Alexander.
Yeah.
Like, in the context of the
Yeah.
movie.
Well then, guess what? The movies like I guess just didn't address that. They treated it as though yeah, it was like in the theatrical cuts. Yeah.
Yeah, in the theatrical cut they did that, but that changed in the ultimate cut.
Yeah.
That became
But
different.
also, by the way, though, did they treat them as like canon, like the theatrical or ultimate edition cuts?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And like, if you ask Snyder, he would say the ultimate cut is the canon one, not the theatrical one.
Okay, because that's not what WB is saying.
Yeah, that's not what WB would say, but Snyder would say it's the 3-hour cut.
Yeah.
Of course, WB wouldn't admit that.
Yeah.
And some people are saying they want like a James Gunn cut of his Superman movie. Like,
Well, but then again, though, I feel like with the Superman movie we got, it's like pretty good. Okay, like where it started off from the universe. I'll just say this for me though, with Superman as a character in general in this movie, I felt like it was kind of a little bit like refreshing to have like a Superman that cares about civilians. And bear in mind though, he isn't always beaten up like all the time in the movie. Because here's the thing though. Yeah, sure, he may get beaten up here and there, but most of the movie, it's just him overcoming like whatever Lex throws his way. That's generally how like most Superman stories go though. With whenever there's like Lex Luthor, it's like, oh yeah, Lex just schemes something. Superman like gets destroyed by like Lex, right? But then something or someone like inspires him, or he comes up with something. Like that would show like not only his intelligence, but like also his humanity, because that's what it feels like. Also with the kryptonite thing, okay? Because I think there might be one or two things that was taken from My Adventures with Superman in this movie. that James Gunn took. I'm not gonna say what it is, but like yeah, you can guess.
Did it remind you of All-Star Superman at all, or not really? Like
the movie or the comic?
The comic, like the.
Well, I can't say though.
Well, I guess the comic or the movie, like either one, like.
Well, I can't say. I can't say because again, I haven't read the comic, but the movie version, from what I can tell, generally, mostly yes, but I think personally
because when he made the movie, he said like it was inspired by All Star Superman. He said
I think
that,
personally
like,
for me though, it's mostly inspired out of like Superman the animated series, like the cartoon, because that's literally what it feels like.
Because I guess it has like a bunch of characters and side plots.
Well, think about it though, right? A Superman cartoon having like Green Lantern. Well, that's in this movie.
Yeah, like Guy Gardner. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's not the ideal Green Lantern, like Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart, guess what? You still got a Green Lantern. Hell, like Mr. Terrific or anyone else might be in a Justice League cartoon, but guess what? They're in a Superman movie. Like they've established them in years. Also, metahumans were established in like Superman. They also have like Easter eggs like Gotham City and Star Labs, like literally everything.
Do you think you'll ever rewatch BVS someday, like 3-hour cut? Or...
I don't know. It didn't, never really like crossed my mind, but like
the Ultimate Edition. Yeah. Like,
if I were to choose, probably yeah.
Just to see like revisited after all these years.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because you saw the 4-hour Justice League, didn't you? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Also, it does kind of the same thing that like because the movie is being told through like episodes, kind of a little bit. Like
well, yeah, because
people
said like you see the whatever time of day it is on the screen, like whatever.
Yeah, and also you know the black screens that appear.
Yeah.
In the movie. Yeah. That should tell you enough. Like yeah, okay, yeah, like what is happening.
Because some people who saw the movie still said that it was confusing and hard to follow.
Yeah, because generally most people, well, with movies like this, though, it's like, is it actually, because it's kind of just like, oh yeah, just episodes being put all together, which is like, yeah, kind of what, like, part into parts, which, yeah, bear in mind, though, James Gunn took inspiration from Snyder, but he also did his own thing, like, his own story with that, so it's like,
would you say he took inspiration from Snyder for the action scenes, or not really?
I mean, mostly, yeah. Like where else?
How some of the action is done.
Yeah. Also, by the way, if people are gonna be like, oh well, Zack Snyder would never approve of this. This mofo is gonna watch the James Gunn Superman movie.
Like he'll watch it to probably support him or something.
Yeah. So if people are gonna be like, hey, Snyder probably hates James Gunn though, or like James Gunn is talking shit or whatever. Then it's like, okay, then here's my question.
Well, people said a while ago that James Gunn like hates Snyder. People said that.
Yeah, cause that conspiracy theory, it's like, that's just nonsense. Like, I don't believe it. Because if that were true, then, like, why did he consult him for the Trunks thing, right?
Yep.
And why was he considering, like, not having the Trunks? Bear in mind, though, without David Cornsweet there, like, if he wasn't cast as, like, Superman, right?
Yeah.
James Gunn probably might have just done the design without the Trunks. But then
did you like the Trunks in the movie, though, like in the context of the movie?
I would say yeah. Like, assuming that, like, what David Cornsweet said is true, then yes, 100%.
Because some people were saying the Trunks are still stupid. Like, they're corny and stupid. Like.
Nah. Well, then it's supposed to feel, like, sort of corny.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like, David Cornsweet
Like, because I guess it's being based off of Superman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that already felt kind of corny back in the day.
Yeah. Well, like, here's the thing though, it's supposed to be feeling a little bit corny, a little bit like light, and like a little bit humorous.
Would you say it was too humorous, or not really, like it had a balance?
Well,
from what you've seen.
Well, the humor, it would depend on, like, the characters, though. Like, it would be, like, Crypto to, like, the prick character, like Guy Gardner, like an asshole like Guy Gardner, or, like, Lois Lane.
Or what about Hawkgirl?
Well, Hawker or, like, Mr. Terrific. Like,
Did you
okay,
like
here's the
Mr.
thing.
Terrific in the movie, though? Okay.
Yeah, I liked him. I think if the movie didn't do the Justice Gang and instead did Mr. Terrific only, as like the only Justice Gang member, then yeah, I would say there would be no difference. Because Guy Gardner, he gets a decent amount of screen time. Hawkgirl...
Yeah, but if they're just going to focus on Mr. Terrific, then you give him his own movie. Simple.
Well, that's what they kind of did, though, with Superman, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, why would you...
Again, no spoilers. Ryan streaming.
I'm not spoiling anything. I literally did a non-spoiler movie review Monday, so...
Yeah.
But... I mean...
I know, I'm just saying that, like, yeah, he's
yeah, I know,
that's
I
why.
know. Just, if you watch back at the video, I literally was struggling, trying my best not to spoil the movie while doing a review, so...
Yeah.
But anyway. No, it's kind of silly. It's like, why would you make the title of a character and you're not going to have him much? Like, he's there, but we don't really know
you're
about
saying the
this
movie is called Superman, but he's not really in it that much.
Well, here's the thing, though. Did it still feel like a Superman story? That would be my question. And I would say yes, it still feels like a Superman story at the end of the day, because, well, Lex is the one that's scheming everything. The Justice Gang would, at first they were, like, against him. But then later on,
80%, I would say,
yeah.
80% I would say is dedicated to Superman. 20% is dedicated to his friends.
Yeah.
Or maybe more than that. I probably would say, if I remember right, I think it'd be 60% Superman, and you have the 40% dedicated to the other characters. Because the problem is James Gunn's doing the same mistake that Zack Snyder did with with Batman vs Superman. He is trying to establish a universe without really doing the work. That means doing multiple character films, which, I mean, Guy Gardner, of course, they really shouldn't have introduced it him, but I get it. I know why they introduced it a Lantern, because they're like, oh, we need to get the Lanterns in here. We need to get established about them. We need to try to figure out how we're going to do the green CGI. So, of course, we're going to implement them in here so we can get all that stuff figured out before the Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan Lantern show that comes out. And Mr. Terrific... Really, I mean, he mostly played a factor into it. But like you said, Guy Gardner served no purpose other than to try to introduce the Lanterns quickly, because the show is set to come out pretty soon, like sometime next year, and so is Supergirl. So you have to establish the Lanterns already. Hawkgirl, complete waste of time. Like, she did not get much dialogue at all, like barely any.
Plus, didn't she just, like, scream all the time?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. She just mostly screeched throughout most of the film.
And it became, like, distracting after a while.
Yes. By the end of it, I'm like, where's my earplugs at? Please stop screeching.
Because I didn't even
right
see
now.
the movie, keep in mind, but I know she screeches and
Have you not
yells.
seen the movie yet?
I still like Superman, I just haven't... I might see it when it hits streaming, like, for my answer. For streaming.
I actually have a website that, remind me, I'll message it to you, Ryan, and you can watch it for free on there. So,
yeah, I know.
Friends of mine have actually been using it, so I'll send it to you guys.
Because they already have a slot for it on Max, actually. As we speak, they're already going to be putting it on Max.
That's mostly behind the scenes for the movie, but yes, I can see that.
I mean, really, the only one that served a point in the film was Mr. Terrific. He was, because he's a tech guy, he's smart. So he
and you laughed probably at, like, his garage door that they overuse a bunch.
I chuckled at it.
Because it was supposed to be funny.
She chuckled at it, so...
Well, my question...
I didn't laugh out loud, but I chuckled.
I just meant, like, it gave you, like, a chuckling moment, like a roll your eyes
Like a
moment.
little chuckle, like, oh, the garage door is lifting up slow. He's got this advanced ship, and yet the garage door is slow because he hasn't fixed it. So it was kind of like a little chuckle moment.
Because it was supposed to be like a
last
wink, wink, nod, nod, yeah, like a wink at the camera moment. Okay.
My question for you, how do you feel about Metamorpho in the movie?
What are you asking me?
Yeah, I think he's asking you, because you've seen it.
Me. Okay. I was making sure.
He just,
I was asking you.
Yeah, he just wants to know some of your thoughts because you've seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I've seen it twice. So, but
I've seen it twice. Yep.
Metamorpho, he's not an exact iteration as he is in the comics. He's not. Like, he's very complete. Like, he is completely different from what he is in the comic books. I mean, I'll give James Gunn credit. He was able to nail the look, but they really should have chose a younger actor. They didn't need to choose somebody that old enough to be Metamorpho.
Okay. I was talking about, like, with character art, but okay. Like, what do you think about his character?
Hang on a second.
I guess give him a minute. Like, man, Barry's probably not even joining tonight, like, knowing how things are going.
Well,
I'm not saying everybody has to join. I'm just like. Man, things can be a joke, like, sometimes.
oh well. Do you wish for me to invite the others?
Well, you could invite whoever you want. It's fine. I'm not gonna say no. Like,
I'll try to invite Brandon. I guess I could invite Gamer.
I already invited literally like Beastex and Brandon already once.
Yeah.
I invited both of them.
I'll try again, but this time just for me.
I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, you can't invite anybody.
Well, I think. Okay, so this is just what I'm gonna say, right? Everyone in the movie, they did well. Okay.
Yeah, you like. Did you think one character overshadowed the other, or not really? From what you
all
could
of them
tell?
did their performances well. I don't think there was one overshadowing the other. Because again, for me, it was like a Superman story.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Superman story. David Cornsweet like literally embodies like Superman. You can see it in interviews. Hell, you can even see it in the movie. Like he flat out is amazing in that role, and also Nicholas Hoult. Fun fact: there's 2 X-Men actors that are part of like this movie. The one who plays Mr. Terrific and Lex Luthor. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Nicholas Hoult is just he literally embodies the hating energy of like Lex Luthor.
I think Nicholas Hoult was a good pick as Lex, but the writing really failed him. Like, the writing could have been so much better for Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor is cunning. He is a genius. He is a rich narcissist.
Like a rich, arrogant person, yeah.
Yeah, narcissist. He is that kind of guy. And they portray him... Okay, so in that one scene, I'm not spoiling it, what happens, but in that one scene, that is the type of Lex Luthor we want. A ruthless one who is willing to kill anybody to get what he wants. But we only get it in that one scene. And what happens later on? He just becomes so envy. We learn about his envy towards Superman. How he hates him and everything. How he despises him.
So
because
you're
everybody
saying,
looks up to Superman.
So you're saying, like, when you learn about that, it's too late? That part of the character? Or...
No, I'm saying at that one particular scene, I'm not trying to spoil. It's violent, you know, and it's a surprise as well. But that one scene gives us the moment of the Lex Luthor we want. One who will do anything to get what he wants. That's it. And you see many scenes of Nicholas Hoult being that Lex Luthor. It's just when we get to the third act, all of a sudden we lose that genius, smart Lex Luthor to one who is envy over Superman, who is literally yelling repeatedly at a microphone, at a speaker, saying the same thing. And what do we see in the end? We see him after basically his plan, however it goes, again, not spoiling it, he cries. Lex doesn't cry. The only time Lex Luthor has ever cried is All-Star Superman. When Superman tells him in that comic that he could have been saving the world years ago, but he didn't due to his selfish ambition.
And that's the movie that James Gunn said this movie was based off of All-Star Superman.
I didn't get that feeling, though.
I mean, honestly,
it felt like a comic book, but I did not get that feeling of like...
I didn't
said it was
feel it
inspired
was like
from
All-Star
All-Star
Superman
Superman.
either. I felt
Yeah.
like, again, it was like... I think it was like what Chris Stuckman said, and from what I've watched, like he said that it was like Superman the Animated Series, which was like, yep, you know what, it does kind of feel like that, because James Gunn did say that, like, yeah, he is using the DCAU. I'm just paraphrasing, but like he is using literally the DCAU as his inspirations. Like okay, take for example with Superman the Animated Series, okay? I'm fairly sure that there was a Green Lantern in that series.
Kyle Rayner was the Green...
Yeah, Kyle Rayner. Granted, they didn't do the same Green Lantern in the Superman movie, but the point is that, yeah, there's still a Green Lantern person in the cartoon and in the movie, respectively. Okay? They had to establish, like, some sort of Justice League in, like, the Superman cartoons. Cartoon, but yeah. Also, you had Lex Luthor scheming to, like, well, ruin Superman's image, which he does in this movie. Again, not going to spoil what it is because it's a major change.
We were saying you still liked how it was done in this movie.
Generally, for the most part, yeah.
Like when it got to that point.
I honestly think, and right there at that point, I honestly think through all the years of comic book history we have of Lex scheming, I really think you could have done better than just change that part of Superman's lore. And that's a pretty big change. Like, that's literally what Superman's whole entire life is based on, is that one part that they did change. So, really, you're trying to change a focal point in Superman's history that has been done for years to basically be a focal point of your story. Okay, fine. But there is so many rich comic book stories in history of Lex doing much better schemes that they could have done without changing this big point. Without changing the big point that they changed. I don't hate it. I get why he did it, because he's like, oh, I want to do something different. Really, this is nothing different, because if you watch the show Smallville, you're basically getting what we got in this movie, with the way, you know, the two characters who will again not spoil are. If you watch the show Smallville, which I have watched and have on DVD all 10 seasons, so you get that. But back to Lex, I do applaud Nicholas Hoult for his performance, but I think his version of Lex is in doses. It was there, the Lex we wanted, and the Lex Luthor I wanted to see, but the writing really sort of kind of held him back a little bit. Like, the writing could have been better. And the other issue I noticed too in my second viewing of the movie, how there's a lot of tropes like that James Gunn brought to the Guardians of the Galaxy that he brought into DC. And it's like the jokes, the up-close shots of faces when Superman's flying.
But most of the jokes, they're just with the dog, correct?
Most of them are with the dog, yes. But it's...
Would you say the jokes with the dog reminded you of, like, some of the jokes
Rocket
with...
Raccoon.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Like,
Yes.
Like that
Pretty
kind of humor.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, so it's like, I'll take for example, I'll use a toy company reference. Todd McFarlane, a man who's been in the toy industry for a long time. He is mostly known for making statues. He doesn't really do action figures. So, of course, people are kind of split on his toy line. Like, Is his DC action figures good? There are people who hate him. There are people who dislike him. It's basically to each his own. But my point is, you have a guy who is stuck up and doing things his own way. James Gunn is become one of those directors who likes to implement his own themes, his own ideas into
like his own tone.
project. Yeah, like his own tone. Basically bringing in elements of what he's been doing for years. He brings it to this. The issue is, this
it doesn't fit
is
a Superman story. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to bring in so many characters to claim this is a DC universe. If you want to do it, show it on a screen. Show them on a television screen, like a tease. You know, like BVS did with Aquaman, with the Flash, with Cyborg, stuff like that. Do a tease like that to say, okay, the universe is expanding. And we're not focused on those characters a lot, because this, again, is a Superman movie. This is your first DC film to say, yes, this is the start of our new universe. But you want to pump in a good majority of characters and plot points and a lot of subplots as well to really expand this universe when you don't need to. I mean, it feels like it was more written to be like, here's our universe movie, even though it's titled Superman.
Yeah, it felt like it became a distraction with all the other characters.
Like old Spidey says, David Cornsweet, props, man. I give him absolute props. He nailed the character of Superman. It was kind of upsetting a little bit to me that we didn't get to see him be much of Clark Kent. A little disappointing we didn't get to see him much of Clark. But if you want to see a good reference of him acting like Clark Kent, you can actually go onto Netflix and watch the show called Hollywood, where he plays he actually is playing an actor of an actor in that show.
Well,
and it's actually really good. I've watched it a few times, and he really does. You really can see him, the way he acts in that show. He literally acts like Clark Kent, just without the glasses and the suit. So it's a really good show to watch. But yeah, as Superman, he's good. People already ranking him in the top 10 Supermans. He is actually right there behind Henry Cavill and Christopher Reeve. Like, people are putting him up there at number 3. I don't think he's really earned that place just yet. I think, because remember, this is still
Superman. We'll have to wait for a trilogy,
Yeah, because this is, again, Superman. He's only been doing this for 3 years, so he's still young. That's why a lot of people are saying, too, this doesn't feel like Superman, it feels like Superboy, which it does. You know, there's parts where he's whiny, but he's still learning. He's not the Superman we know yet. So this is him basically maturing and growing as that person, as the Superman we know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to take at least another film to really get the Superman we want to see, but David really did his best, and I give him props. I gotta give him a big hand for it. Go ahead.
Well, this would be my question, though. In the sequel, do you think that they can address the change in the first movie?
I hope they do, because you leave it unanswered.
This is just my thing. Because Lex Luthor is obviously makes shit up about, Superman. It's fairly common, even with this change. They're like, yeah, of course he's gonna make something up, though, with Superman.
Even though they did confirm that the thing was real, and it wasn't.
Yeah, even though it might appear real, and Clark even believes this change in the movie was real.
I've got a feeling
later on,
I got a feeling the next movie. I got a feeling the next movie, it is not going to be addressed at all. James Gunn's going to completely forget about it and just move on. And we know the next movie he's doing next year is going to be Supergirl.
And there's already a poster out for that.
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw it.
Which, definitely a different tone than, Superman, I guess.
Well, it's kind of sad. Well, here's what's sad about it, though, is you literally wait until your opening weekend to reveal that poster.
When she's in the movie, yeah.
Well, I'm fairly sure that,
Everybody
they
knows
did-
she's in the
did a-
movie. It was leaked a while ago too that she was in it. So I mean, we can say we can talk about it. She's in it and stuff. Supergirl's in it, so we can
Well,
definitely
also,
mention that
there
one
was like
at
set
least.
photos, like of her
Yeah.
doing the makeup.
Leaks have been out about her, so we can talk about we can mention Supergirl. We just can't mention everything else. But still,
Yeah.
I really think that was a bad move on James Gunn's part because it's too soon right now to put out a poster. Okay, here's the next one. You should have at least given it about a week before revealing the poster for the next film. Like, sure,
Yeah.
we already knew Supergirl was going to be in the movie, but it's like you revealing this poster showing us, okay, let's move on to the next project. Superman was good. Let's go. We got our money. Let's move on to Supergirl right away. It's like, man, don't you care about the first DC film you put out? You should be helping to get people to watch it. You have a lot of
Especially
people
when it's
who
only
follow
been a
you.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
You
been
have
kind of
people-
like a few days, but
It
yes.
has been, but he revealed this poster just after the first weekend was over. Like early this week, he posted about the poster.
Yeah,
and it's
after the
like,
first week.
But we're saying it
weekend,
should
like,
have
after
been
the
longer.
weekend was over.
We're saying
yeah, like
what
after
he's
the
saying is
weekend.
it should have been longer till he posted about it.
What I'm saying is, with the kind of followers that James Gunn has, he should be putting his resources to getting people to get their butts in seats to watch the film.
Yeah.
Is what he should be focusing. Not promoting the Supergirl movie that's coming out next year, which is based on a horrible comic. The Woman of Tomorrow is not a good comic. I've read it twice, and I promise you it is not that good of a comic at all, because Supergirl in there is just depressed. She's drunk half the time. She is literally a total mess. And I don't think that's a good comic to really base your version of Supergirl.
Well, the question would be, what would they change from it in an adaptation?
You need to go with a Supergirl. Really, it should have been Superman 2. They should have not done Supergirl yet. I think Supergirl should have been introduced in the sequel, because right now we need to focus on the characters that are already in there. Supergirl only got, what, 5 minutes? 5 minutes of being in the film is all she got.
And it's
Screen
mainly
time?
just a joke.
It is.
Well, dude, it's literally just a joke thing, like of what happened.
Like
she didn't even get introduced by until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's literally
She's
just a
like
joke
throw-
with
she's like
the
thrown
dog.
Which means that the Supergirl movie has to be either like a prequel, or not really a prequel to what happened at the end.
It's not going to be a prequel. It's going to take place after the Superman movie, but she's going to be visiting planets. They're taking the whole story plot is going to be from the Woman of Tomorrow. That run of Supergirl. That run that's basically the version we got that we saw on screen, was that version of Supergirl, and that's not the one we need right now. We need a Supergirl who is hopeful, who is just like her cousin. And I get why James Gunn wouldn't want to do it, because he doesn't want just a copy of Superman. But if you don't want a copy of Superman yet, do a sequel first. Do a Superman sequel. Expand on Superman. Expand on Lois. Give us another villain. Give us Metallo. Whoever you need to do. Do Metallo. Something. Honestly, don't focus on a new character now, because you already introduced so many characters in the first movie.
Plus, is he going to introduce more new characters in the Supergirl movie too?
Yeah. Yeah, in the sequel,
well, we know
let's
that there's
take-
going to be Lobo in the movie. Like,
Yeah,
we know that Lobo's
but in
gonna
the
be
sequel, if they didn't do Supergirl and they did Superman 2, let's take a breather from these other characters for now. You know, if you got to have one or two, fine. You know, you're going to have Metallo, of course, be a villain, do him. But take a breather from these other characters right now and focus on your main guy, the main man. You need to focus on him. A story needs to be focused on him only. Because no matter what people say, Superman is the flagship character of the DC universe, bar none. He is the main one. So, James Gunn really needs to focus on building this version of Metropolis, this version of Superman, Clark, Lois, the works. He needs to be focusing on building that. Honestly, these other characters should have been saved for the sequel and letting this remain a Superman movie. But I get it. It's just like with BVS, where Zack Snyder, which I don't think it was entirely Zack Snyder's fault. I think it was also due to Warner Brothers and the executives wanting Zack to push it
Yeah, to catch
Because
up to
there's
Marvel at the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
if there was like a Superman Batman movie in the DCU, would you prefer it for it to be a team up, like as a kind of sort of sequel to it?
I
Or
would
no,
be
not
fine
really.
with a team up, but you have to build up both characters should have at least their own film, their own solo movies, building up their characters. Then you do the team up, like World's Finest. Then you do that story. But the way he's going is not a good choice. You don't just you put all these characters in one movie. That was the first flag. Now you're not even focusing Superman in the next movie. You're focusing on his cousin, Kara, who is drunk, who is an alcoholic. This version of her is an alcoholic, basically. She is. You're focusing on this interpretation of Supergirl when we don't need Supergirl right now. Right now, we need Superman. This is what everybody was talking about when Snyder's DC Universe, or whatever it's called. I agree with everybody who said that they need to build the Trinity first. Do a Superman movie, we got that. Wonder Woman, we got that. Batman, we needed that. You build up the Trinity, and you can maybe put in some little Easter eggs or some teases of other characters in their films, but at least it solely focuses on the main heroes, the main Trinity. Then you do the team up of Justice League. So they could have done, James Gunn could have easily done the same thing here with Superman. You focus on Superman, put some character references, whatever you want to do to build that universe up, and then as you go about, do it. Keep building. But don't force it and don't cram as many characters as you can when you don't even have the time. The problem is, how long was the movie? 2 hours and 45 minutes?
No,
Almost 50 minutes?
it's not that. It's 2 hours, 9 minutes.
The problem is here is that's not enough time to really build all these characters. You don't have that amount of time to build every single one of these characters. So most of them are just thrown in, like the Justice Gang are thrown in just mainly for a couple scenes, but most of them are thrown in for laughs. Except Mr. Terrific. He's the one that plays a vital part in the story.
Like where he's taken seriously, yeah.
Yeah, but Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho.
Gardner's just there to be an asshole towards Superman.
Basically.
Like, that's literally his character.
It's literally Nathan Fillion, yeah.
Basically, these guys were just thrown in as jokes, as throwaways. So there were no point adding them in. So honestly, we all can agree that James Gunn should have focused more on Superman.
Well,
because it literally is the title card.
But the movie is focusing around Superman. It's just the point is, this is the same thing with the Guardians movies. It's like everyone else in those movies, right? There is a main character in the Guardians trilogy, yeah. But the question is, is it so about that particular character?
You would now that you've seen the whole trilogy, you could argue the main character was Rocket all along.
Yeah. Rocket or Star-Lord, depending.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it, yeah.
Yeah. In here, it still felt like a Superman story because, you're dealing with what Lex is scheming, and as a result, yeah, you're trying to get everyone, not just the civilians, right, but also what the Justice Gang thinks. And so naturally, yeah, you're gonna want to assume not just you're gonna want to add those characters in. And also, by the way, though, my question to you, if they have all these elements in, did it felt like honestly a Superman story for you, Jace?
Majority of it to me felt like it was a Superman story, but it felt like they were also trying to shove in a lot of subplot points to further this universe, basically. And it kind of, in some bits, it oversaturated the Superman story we were needing to tell. So,
did you feel like it felt like one of those filler episodes from Superman the Animated Series? Like one of those middle point of the season episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
Because that's what Angry Joe said. It felt like you were watching Superman the Animated Series, but not one of the great episodes, one of the filler episodes.
Yeah. Well, because again, what are they doing? They're bringing in other characters and not focusing on Superman. Here's another problem. This is Superman again. They can say he's been doing this for 3 years. You know what's funny? How the beginning text says he never lost a fight? He loses every fight that's in this movie.
That's what I was really gonna say.
Hold on, beginner
That's
text?
why I just had to laugh.
In the beginning of the film, they say a text how Superman, for the 3 years he's been doing it, he has never lost a fight. Until now, he lost his very first fight. And if you watch the movie, he literally loses every fight he is in. He loses. So
Hold
he
on,
has
now
the
that's
Justice
just
Gang-
an exaggeration.
No.
No, I just had to laugh for a minute.
I will
sorry.
send you screenshots of it. The text
No, I've already
literally
seen the
says,
movie.
yeah, for the
I know
3
what you
years.
mean, but
yeah, for the
but
3,
that's not
it doesn't make
nearly
sense.
with
I
every
know.
fight though.
No, he loses in this movie about 90%. He loses every fight, and he cannot win a fight on his own. He has to have the Justice Gang or Crypto come in to help him win the fight.
I mean, firstly,
But the text clearly says in the beginning that he has never lost a fight. So it's like, how can you say, a little in the beginning of your film, that he has never lost a fight?
But then he goes to lose every fight.
Well, firstly, the point.
It's like embarrassing.
Firstly, you have to understand though. Okay, why they want to make it do that though? Did you?
I know why they want to do it,
Isn't
but
it
it's not,
because
but it's still not a good excuse.
Isn't it because they're trying to show his humanity or something?
No, they're just trying. They
also
make him lose a fight. They make him lose a fight so that way they can bring in other characters again. This was a way to bring them in.
Plus, remember that
It's a
shot
cheap-
from
it's a
this.
cheap way to do it.
Plus, this
I
isn't
know,
a
man.
spoiler,
It's
but
a-
remember that shot that they kept showing in all the marketing, like all the trailers of that kid holding up that like flag, that Superman flag. Like, you know what scene I'm talking about? They kept showing it in the trailer like it was going to be some big triumphant moment, but then you find out it's just a joke. It's Guy Gardner who shows up.
Well, because here's the thing, though. He called.
What was his comment? Sorry, kid. Superman couldn't make it, but you got the next best thing.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps flipping the middle finger to everybody, like middle fingers galore.
I'm not saying like you can't do things like that, but why make it a vital part of your marketing?
I don't mind Superman losing, but when he loses almost 90% of every fight he's in this movie, that's embarrassing. Especially when you literally open word for word. In the 3 years he has been Superman, he has not lost a single fight up until now. So you cannot defend that part. You can't defend this bit.
No, because
he literally lost 90% every single
no,
fight
Jace,
he's in.
that's an over exaggeration you just made.
No, it's not. It literally is the beginning of the film.
No, that's firstly, but that's not what the movie is, though.
The movie is a way, like, okay, in order to get these characters in, we have to have Superman lose every fight.
The point is that, like, hey, he's not supposed to do this alone because he's got friends in other places. And secondly, obviously Lex Luthor is plotting to scheme it. So of course, like, yeah, he's gonna get beaten up almost every time. Like, what are you talking about?
No, but if you are going to have him lose 90% of his fights in the film, you would not put in the beginning. You would not put in the beginning. Oh, Superman has never lost a fight in the 3 years he's been around. Like that right there just makes your Superman look weak.
Plus, I think what he's trying to say is when you see him lose all the time, it doesn't really make for an entertaining movie to watch.
No, it doesn't, and especially when you put in the beginning that your Superman has been for 3 years and he has never lost a single fight up until the movie begins.
Well, does the movie make that claim? Because it never really makes that sort of claim, though, now does it?
In the beginning, they make the claim that he has not lost a single fight
he's basically
in his entire
like
3 years of being Superman.
Yeah.
Yes, where he has won every fight he has been in for 3 years since he's revealed himself as Superman up until the beginning of the film. Then he starts losing every fight he is in. Every battle he loses until the Justice Gang comes in or Crypto comes in to save it, to help
thing, though. But Jace, you
even
have
the
to
dog
understand,
has
though.
to come in and help Superman. What does that tell you?
Jace,
what does that tell you?
Jace, what I was about to
Plus,
say,
there was
though,
literally a
is that
scene in the movie where, remember that scene, like, where's the dog? Luthor,
Yes,
remember
that clip was actually that clip was actually on IGN. That they uploaded that clip on YouTube.
But if you see the full scene, Crypto bursts in and starts attacking Luthor.
That is actually where the dog is. Actually, where the dog is before that. That's the one where Crypto comes and attacks him is near the end.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, either way, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty funny?
It is funny. It is funny, but still.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Okay, so what has he faced, though, like, so far in his 2 years?
They didn't say what he faced, but they just clearly...
No, but naturally, like, what we have to assume is that, like, hey, he must have fought off, like, monsters, gods, aliens, probably robots that Lex created.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, here's the thing, though. It's different in this movie, because I guess, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but the Ultraman character and, like, Engineer. Well, Engineer, I will say, though, Engineer is kind of, like, just pointless, but Ultraman, it's kind of a different thing, though. You have to also remember, it's also been done in the Superman the Animated Series, which I'm
He beats Engineer, that's why I said 90%. I said 90% of the time he loses battles in this film. Not all of them.
But when he defeats...
90%.
But when he defeats Engineer, does it make sense in the movie or not really?
No, because she's still breathing. And it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But they established
also
in the beginning
with the battles that like he's most of the time he's just trying to look out for civilians most of the time in the battles. At least from what I can observe. Like he's just trying to make sure like civilians aren't harmed or anything like that.
Didn't you find it weird how in the movie when he saves somebody he doesn't even talk to them?
What do you mean? He talks to this one person that he saved after the...
No, but I'm talking about I'm talking about when he like saved that little girl, for example. Wasn't it kind of weird how there wasn't a scene where he dropped her off to like her parents and talked or something?
He hugged her. He hugged her and the other little kids when he saved them.
Yeah, but would you say that was enough or not really?
I mean,
I think it was. It showed Superman can be nice kids. He doesn't have to really talk to them. Like, not always a hug and stuff, a high five.
But wouldn't it have made the scene better if he did talk to them, if he did say something?
Well, what would it really change, though? Like, what do you believe might change?
I mean, he could have told the kids, give them something inspirational, like never give up hope and something like that. And then you have the kid basically try to prove that Superman is innocent, that that he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, that would have helped a little bit, but then more people would have been angry, like, oh, we're involving a kid now in the story. We got a kid moving the plot along. Why?
Even though there was a kid in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of like it's a different case with like James Gunn's Superman with how he does it versus how Snyder does it.
But he literally saved all those kids in the bus.
I'm just saying, James Gunn shot himself in the foot when he literally put the text in the beginning that Superman never lost a fight up until the beginning of the film. If you're going to have Superman lose 90% of the fight, the battles that he is in throughout the film,
it's probably because of like the Ultraman like character. Like,
yeah, that was Ultraman, but I'm talking about in the beginning, before we see Superman laying on the ground. It's in the trailer, so I can talk about it. Laying on the ground, they put a text saying that up until recently, throughout 3 years, he has never lost a single battle he has been in. This was his first loss, which was to Ultraman. So you put that, and you have him lose most of the battles in the film to basically kaijus and whatnot. What does it say about him?
Well, wait. I don't know if he ever faced off kaijus before, because like, Clark was like basically like, oh hey, I'm fucking. I guess
that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making though is if you're gonna have him lose battles, don't put a text in the beginning that he won every single battle.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like most of the time in the kaiju thing, all I'm saying is that like in the kaiju thing, he was hoping like there could be a peaceful solution, but no.
Apparently he's dealt with kaijus before, at least from what he said in some dialogue when he was talking about when they were going against it. He talked about how he dealt with kaijus before.
Yeah.
He's dealt with kaijus before, so...
But not of this, like, scale, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, not of a big scale like that, but still.
Yeah. But generally, it's like... with this kaiju, it's sort of a different thing. And again, it's another one of the kaijus that Lex just happens to let out in the city to distract Superman. This is what I mean, though. Lex literally just schemes everything.
Yeah.
For like Superman to get, to make Superman rattled out of his cage.
But then if he schemes everything, why does he cry at the end of the movie?
Because then the
realizes that he failed, and then the public sees who he really is.
Yeah.
Sees for who he really is, and now he's, of course... I mean, he brought it on himself, though, by trying to make Superman look bad instead of like Superman said of work together. Because they could have. They could work together to help bring peace and build Metropolis. But Lex wants to do it on his own because Lex, again, also is a businessman, and he even found a way to cure cancer. I mean, come on. He found a way to cure cancer, and he will not give it because of how he wants money. He wants power. He knows if he holds that cure, then people will bend to his will. That's what he wants. He wants full control over Metropolis. And there was actually one comic, if I remember right, or it was a cartoon, I'm trying to think, where he did cure a person, and he actually said the line, "A man giveth, and he taketh away," where he basically cures somebody and then takes it away completely, like instantly takes it back away. So that's the kind of person Lex Luthor is, and that's really what we should have seen.
But did you laugh at that scene in the beginning when he was running all over the place and shouting out all those names?
Yeah, I chuckled.
I can agree with the pacing that, like, yeah, it's been kind of like all over the, well, because pacing's not really the best thing in the movie.
No, it goes by quick in some sections, but other times it's not. And really the problem is because the pacing goes by fast, it doesn't really give time to breathe. It doesn't give the emotional scenes time to really try to really, breathe. Let us absorb them for a little bit. But it has to be rush, rush, rush. We got to get through this movie. Even though it's 2 hours, we got to get through this movie, get it done, so we can move on to the next project. It literally feels like James Gunn was like, let's get through Superman, then we can really focus on what we want to focus on, that Supergirl, and everything else moving forward. And it's like, you wasted all that, man. Why would you waste our time call it a Superman movie, put all the time and effort into it, if you don't really care and not really focus on Superman? Because we know what James Gunn's focused on. He's focused on Supergirl and Peacemaker. That's his priority. He's focused on building other characters and not really focused on Superman himself. Anyway, I need to go. I got to get some sleep. I got to go to bed. But I will hopefully holler at you guys tomorrow. Hopefully. If nothing don't happen. So.
Okay.
I'll try not to be random in the Discord whenever I message. Be like, how's everybody doing?
All right.
Because I was mainly concerned. Because I was mainly concerned about you, Ryan. Because after your big old message I read, literally that Barry showed me that I read on PlayStation, I got a little worried. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, Spidey kind of knows, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to think about those things. I don't normally just reply to it. I'd be like,
Yeah, like think about it a bit first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I read it all, but I put the whole text in what just to be like be a little funny about it. Like I wasn't like what? So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But it's good. I get what you mean, Ryan. I get what you're meaning. So.
Yeah, hopefully you
anyway,
do.
Guys,
all right.
I do. I mean, you still got my... If you do decide to do that, come to that point, you got my number. You can reach me anytime. I'm a phone call away.
All right. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
Right. Peace.
Man.
It still feels like out.
Man, he's got a lot to say about the movie.
Yeah, like a lot of points. A lot.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I would say like 90% of the time he loses. That sounds like that sounds like an exaggeration. Because most of the time he still puts up a fight anyway. He says 90% of the time, but it's like, I don't know even know if that's
Because
accurate.
he kept saying, like, why would you say Superman's not lost a fight until now? Why would you put that at the beginning of the movie?
Because he's focusing on saving the civilians. That's been here throughout the movie. And secondly, even if, like, oh yeah, he gets knocked out, guess what? The question is, does he come back up? Which, yes, he does.
You must have been an ace at marbles. Remember marbles?
Thought Ivy'd be taller. From all I heard of the old Jack Ryder show.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but I get that's just not even that's just an exaggeration. Like, to say that, like, yeah, it's 90%, no, not really.
Look, I know it's a big ask, but if you could
I'm guessing you didn't really agree with a lot of his points.
Listen, I'm willing to agree on some points, but, like, to say that he loses about, like, 90% of the movie, it's like, no. And also, by the way, though,
and he also said there's too many, like, characters.
Yeah, but the question is, do they enhance Superman's story? Which, yes, it does. Just like how when Guardians, like, yeah, when there's all these other Guardians members, right? There's all these other characters. But is it still a Rocket story? Yes, it is. In Guardians 3.
And then Guardians 2 is still Star-Lord's story. Star-Lord's movie.
Yeah. There you go.
And then the first movie is about the team.
Yeah, the team. Well, it's the team, yeah, but it's mostly Star-Lord. So, yeah.
So I guess for the first two, it's mostly Star-Lord's movie with the other characters, and then for the last one, it's Rocket's movie.
It's Rocket's and Star-Lord's story, yeah.
Alright.
Again, this is just... Hey! Yeah, definitely had a lot to say about Superman, because geez Louise. Yeah, I didn't check out the review, I might need to see Jace's.
Yeah, he did say he posted a review.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it yet either, so...
Yeah. Jeez. But damn, yeah, how did you feel about what Jace said before he left?
Well, I guess he was saying he read it and then he understood it or something. Because he was saying, like, oh, I completely understand. When does he really? Like...
Well, do you believe that? Probably,
I don't know.
like, yeah.
I don't know, it just seemed like he said it out of nowhere. Like, he didn't really, like, think it through.
Yeah, it could... Well, he said it in, like, a joking way, so it's like, I mean, dude...
And I can get being wanting to joke, but was that, like, a joking situation?
Do you need to be, like, using humor in, like...
In every situation, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Barry, he doesn't use humor in every situation, but he uses sarcasm, like...
Yeah.
That's always his thing.
Well, that's Barry most of the time, but then he's like, oh, well, but I'm serious, bro. It's like... I mean... But, bro, most of the time in serious situations...
It's like whenever we ask him anything serious, like, what did you think of this movie or game, he always just says, oh, it was good, or it was alright.
Listen, I didn't say... Listen, for the boring thing, okay? Because I said, like, yeah, he was boring.
You literally said him and... You even said Gamer was boring, too. Because you were like, I hate to say it, but I could say you're boring too, Gamer.
I could say you're boring, I could say anyone is boring, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? That wouldn't apply here. Okay? With Gamer. Because I don't think he's, like, boring. But Barry, I could absolutely say, like, yeah, you're boring. And guess what? Here's the thing, though, right? I couldn't think of anything else, but at the time I was like, hey, whenever you ask him something about, like, something serious, like, you'd be like, meh, it's good.
Yeah, because like, you said what I did, like, whenever you ask him anything serious about a game or a movie, he's just like, it was good.
Yeah. But also by the way, though, too, another thing, why, is that, like, anytime there is, like, anything, like...
Any drama or something, yeah.
Just anything, right? It's always just a sarcasm thing. It's like... Okay.
Yeah.
Or the riddles. Or, like, another thing. He just has to come up with some sort of thing, right? To, I guess, justify, like, what had happened. Which, nah, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, also, another thing, though, too, is... This is just, like... This is just a thing in the groups or whatever. It's like... I don't really understand why, most people... Well, wait, when Dylan reacted to the whole thing, like, that you did, or whatever, I don't know if you
he didn't really react to it at all. All he did was just say, "Hope you're doing okay, Ryan," or "Hope you're having a good day."
Do you
You know how when he texts us, he always says like, "Are you feeling okay? Are you having like a good day?"
Yeah.
Because didn't he text you and Barry that a while ago, like a week ago or something?
I'm fairly sure that's what happened. Yeah.
Like he just was basically saying the same thing, like, "Hope you're having a good day." Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't really know if he knows what's going on.
Well, you have to remember though, I did give him the whole thing. But
no, but I'm just saying, even if he was here, I don't know if he would understand it.
Yeah. I think you would. Well, do keep in mind though. Remember the suggestions that like we gave him, so it like yeah, that's probably why. But at the same time, it's like, well, I think it might be best
like
if you.
Yeah, at the same time, like it's okay to take some stuff seriously.
Yeah. Well, but then again,
but
though,
then on other times you got to be able to tell yourself like a joke or something and laugh.
Yeah. Well, with Dylan, it's like, well, yeah, and you know, it's like, well, because of the suggestions, I guess, like, yeah, he's been taking them. I guess in a good way, right? I'm not saying like this is an asshole.
Plus, he did tell me recently he's still going for walks and stuff.
Yeah. So there is that.
Like he's still trying to exercise.
Yeah, there is that. And another thing, too. I don't know if you know this, but I think for me though, just for me personally.
Yeah.
I think with Dylan, if you explain it to him, then I think maybe he might understand it, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, if he gets it, yeah.
Well, because...
Well, he might get it because he already doesn't really like gamers, so he might get it.
Yeah.
Because already kind of going into this, he doesn't really like him that much.
Yeah. I did say, like, hey, chill with him, but, like, I don't know, in this case, he would be like, well, chill. Like, after what you just told me, yeah.
About the whole ditching thing, yeah.
Yeah, ditching. I don't know. If Dylan's, like, the same way, I guess. You have to remember, Ryan, like, here's the thing, I would never ditch any one of my friends, like, yeah.
Like, no matter what they were going through, whether if it was serious or bad, or not serious, like, joking.
Whether it was bad or serious, I'm like, yeah bro, okay. You know what, nah, I would never do that, because...
Yeah. You'd at least try to hear the person out, yeah.
Firstly, yeah, I would try to hear the person out. Secondly, what it is that they are going through or something. And then thirdly, like, yeah.
Besides, that's kind of what you technically do in the other party. When you're in there, you hear people out.
Yeah.
Like when you're in that other party.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of in there just to hear what they have to say.
Yeah. Well, and also I'm just wanting to, like, vibe with people, but, like, yeah.
Plus, you agreed at some point in hearing these parties things got too serious. Didn't you agree with that?
Well,
I'm not saying all the time, but I'm just saying sometimes.
Well, yeah,
it felt
things
like
got
that.
too serious. Yeah, but it would depend on what it was. But yeah, generally, yeah, things got a little bit too serious.
Yeah, and you'd say that got annoying after a while, like where.
I know that y'all wanted to be like, yeah, having the humor, but like at the same time, it's like, Okay, I understand the humor part, but like, here's the thing though.
You understand from like different contexts with different people, like the
Yeah,
humor and everything.
but my whole thing is that like, hey, if I'm trying to have like some serious thing, and then like, yeah, someone is just joking or like another thing, and it's like, okay, bro, like, now I
Yeah,
just
so
forgot like,
you would agree with that people joked around way too much.
yeah, like my whole thing is that
anytime there
like,
need to be something serious, it would always be a joke.
yeah, because then I would forget like, okay, what the hell I was gonna say.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I literally got interrupted by like a
Yeah.
person not literally adding anything.
Yeah, because you got sick of how when they would talk, they wouldn't add anything. They wouldn't have anything to say.
Yeah, like because I kept being like interrupted. Because like, yeah, I literally forgot what I said, and so I have to like think about okay what I said beforehand.
Because you really got tired of the whole interrupting thing. That was what bothered you the most. Because then you'd forget what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Hello, Metropolis. It's the middle of an alien invasion. So why are
Yeah.
armed supervillains stalking our streets?
And it's like you know that like, yeah, obviously I have a stuttering problem and everything.
Yeah, I knew about it, but then like I think the others, they knew about it, but they kept like interrupting you anyway.
Yeah, it's like now I forgot what I said because it's like, well, geez, thanks guys. Like you literally made me forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, because it just felt like for me it was like. Because again, all I did was just like, hey, I was waiting, like, hey, are y'all done? Like,
yeah,
like it's not as in a pissed off way. I'm just like, yeah, dude.
You're just waiting until you can go, yeah.
Dude, I was saying something. That's part of the reason why I was like, okay, yeah, I'm starting to see what Dylan said. Now way more than back then. It's like, yeah, we keep interrupting each other with like.
Well, I even said that too repeatedly. I said like we all get way too excited. Like,
yeah.
We all just interrupt each other.
Yeah. Because now it's like all of a sudden I literally forgot what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
One or two things.
And I'm guessing that's one of the other reasons you like being in that other group, because they don't interrupt each other when they
Well,
talk.
the thing is, I just hear what people have to say. Okay.
But does anybody interrupt each other or not really?
It would depend on like, yeah, what the whole thing was. But generally, no, they hear you out.
Alright.
It depends on a lot of things, Ryan.
Because I was just asking.
Well, because here's the thing, though. Way before your time, like when I met with you.
Yeah.
I wasn't Discord VCs, like VCs, and generally, most of the time, it was okay. Yeah. I think, it was around 2021. I think when I was with you, yeah, that I started to voice chat.
Yeah.
Often in like either Discord. I know it was with PlayStation, but
Weren't you doing it like a lot during COVID or something?
I think it was during the COVID years, yeah. Like 2020, 2021, somewhere
when
around
you
there.
really started doing it the most, yeah.
Yeah. Because guess what? Discord was like so cancerous, dude, with the coronavirus. But yeah. But yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask, like, genuinely, like, again. But, do you believe in, like, what you said about, like, in the past few days?
What do you mean, like, in...
Well, like, I mean, about the whole YouTube channel thing, like, deleting the YouTube channel, or, like...
Well, I did say I was probably gonna delete the channel maybe after I was done doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I'm like,
maybe if I'm not, like, really feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends how I'm feeling, like, how often I want to upload on it.
Yeah. Because the YouTube channel thing, that's a different story, but like as far as how you're feeling with like the group and everything.
The whole YouTube thing was just added on after like the fact. Yeah.
Yeah. But like what you said about like leaving the group because you bring on like too much negativity, it's like, well, no one really got that. Well, I can't say for everyone, but I didn't really got the impression.
Yeah, you didn't, but like you were saying, you can't really speak for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were genuinely surprised when I said no.
Probably, yeah, a little bit.
No, yeah.
Like that.
Not really.
I thought maybe you would say something different. Like that.
Yeah. You thought I would say like yes?
Either yes or something different. Like
I would say I said no, but yeah. And that's how I'm gonna be. Like, of course I'm gonna. And to be honest with you, it's like I didn't really believe like what he said in the first place, because it's like, well.
Is that why you thought I was? Is that why you thought I was playing the Last of Us game, or not really? Like the.
I mean,
like when you joined in to watch it.
Well, this is my thing. Part of it, yeah. But I also feel like, yeah, it's to remind you that, like, hey, you got friends, you got people in like
Because you literally joined and you were being all surprised, like, man, you really got to take your revenge out on Abby. Like,
yeah. I mean, it was part of it, yeah. It was part of it. But I feel like the whole thing for me, personally, is literally just, hey, it's just a reminder that, like, hey, you're not bringing out negativity. Like, hey, like, listen, I'm one of the people here that was like, I don't want you to take it as though, like, yeah, you bring on negativity to everybody.
Yeah, you don't want to say it's for everybody, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you brought on negativity with, like, Dylan.
Not with Dylan, but maybe, like, with Barry or something, or Jace.
Or like, with Gamer, even?
Yeah, or with the Gamer, definitely, yeah.
Or with me, hell no. And you know me, like, in 2018.
Man, I'm playing as King Shark.
I think, Ryan, it's part of, like, what makes us human, though. It's like...
Yeah, it could also be, like, what makes us human, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on the situation.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you literally have, like, friends in, like, not really just in PlayStation, just, like, in Discord or everything.
What's funny is we just started using the Discord more often recently. Like, over the past week.
And they care about you. And it's like, yeah, I hope someday, like, yeah, you do see that, too.
Because even if people aren't saying it, they might still care about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, just with Barry and some of the others, it felt like serious all the time. Like, not with them.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, I just didn't see it. Like, I thought it was like, yeah, never. I was like, how do you bring negativity when it's like you didn't even do anything? Like, you didn't do anything, like,
maybe it was just, yeah, maybe it was just that, like, impression that I had at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, for example, with me, though, right? Do you think I brought on negativity?
No, I just think you joined and you wanted to talk about stuff, but everyone kept, like, cutting you off.
Yeah.
Which that's different than, like, negativity.
Yeah.
Plus, when Dylan's in here, I'm pretty sure he might have cut people off, too, without realizing it.
Yeah.
Because I guess, because of, like, the whole
he wants us to, like, get to the whole point, but it's like, well, listen, dude, I am trying to explain something.
Yeah.
so it's like, be patient with me. Like, I know
You're trying to just explain it without being, like, interrupted, but then
Yeah.
you're interrupted every, like, 5
Well,
minutes.
then again, Dawn did say that, like, yeah, he's not the greatest at, like, explaining things, so it's like, okay, you're fine, but, like, all I'm asking you for is, like, to explain it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Guess what, mofo? That's called being... Dude, that's human. Like, yeah, everyone makes mistakes. We're not all perfect.
Do you think he got a little bit better since he's been on, like, his break, or?
I guess we're gonna have to find out in, like, when he comes back next week.
Yeah, like, when he got, like he turned over a new leaf, yeah.
Well, for me, I think maybe?
Yeah, just from how he's been talking.
It would have to depend, though, like, lately,
Yeah.
because, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Like, it's hard to answer that now when he's not here.
Yeah.